In this tutorial, we will create an amazing looking and professional restaurant website step by step from scratch. So if you or your clients own a restaurant and you want to create an outstanding website for that restaurant, this tutorial is perfect for you. In this masterclass, we will make our website from complete scratch. By following this video, you'll not only create a restaurant website but also become a master of website design. Usually, a web developer charges couple $1,000s to create a website like this. But in this tutorial, you'll learn how to create a complete professional website just by spending a few bucks. You don't need any coding or design skills to create this website. We will be using a free software called WordPress, a free theme, and the best drag and drop page builder called Elementor PRO. Let's have a quick sneak peek at what we will create in this video step by step. You'll learn how to create a logo by using a free online tool, how to create this awesome homepage with transparent header, beautiful banner, featured food area, food menu items within filters, food items with price tag, amazing testimonial carousel area, online reservation form, and a nicely crafted footer area. I will show you how to create an amazing about page like this, all these sections, all these animations, a food menu page. Here you can separate the food price list based on the categories like appetizer, main dishes, desserts, and so on. Then how to create a fully functional contact form inside your contact page. Also, you can embed Google Maps within the page. Finally, I'll show you how to write perfect blog posts with categories, featured images, and blog details within Elementor. Also, how to create the blog archive page. I'll even provide you all the necessary images and templates so you can follow along with the video step by step. Most interestingly, we'll learn how to make any website 100% responsive for mobile and tablet devices, so there wouldn't be any technical boundary. Can you believe we will be doing all this just by using a drag and drop page builder? This tutorial is for complete beginners. So if you have never built a website before, this is the perfect tutorial for you. Now let me introduce you to myself first. My name is Taimur Nishat. I'm a professional web developer. Even in the past, I have completed so many freelance WordPress projects. So basically, you're learning all the best methods and techniques from a real professional web developer. I'm really excited. If you are excited like me, please give this video a big thumbs up. This is the only thing I want from you. Other than that, this video is completely free for you. Just have a look. If you like this video, then from the YouTube's left bar, you can go to liked videos and find this video easily later. Alright? We will be creating our beautiful websites in easy 4 steps. First, I will show you how to get your own domain name and web hosting. I will also provide you a 78% discount link. Then how to install WordPress. Then how to install a free theme and Elementor PRO. Finally, we will start creating our amazing website step by step. Also, I will be adding a timestamp in the description so you can always jump into the necessary part you need. So now let's start with the step number 1, which is to get your domain name and web hosting. So first of all, what is a domain name? Domain name is basically your website address, like Facebook has facebook.com, Amazon has amazon.com, we have jimfahaddigital.com. Similarly, for your website, you need an address that will be your website name.com. And what is web hosting? Web hosting is the storage space for your website. All the images, text you will have in your website, all will be stored on your own web hosting. As you are owning your own web hosting, so there wouldn't be any limitation. You can run ads, you can upload text or images, you can upload any themes or plugins you want. You are in charge of your own website. Now, how to get your own web hosting with a free domain name? So first, just click on the very first link in the description below this video, or you can just go to jimfahaddigital.com/best host. And this will take you to a special discount Hostinger page. So why Hostinger? In my opinion, Hostinger is the most affordable and also the fastest web hosting provider available. Just have a look into their Trustpilot reviews, people are super happy with their hosting speed, affordable pricing, and customer support. Now from here, you can change your language. If you speak Spanish, Portuguese, or Hindi, you can select any language from here. One thing I also want to say is that this page changes quite often. In fact, they probably change it once a month. So if the banner or interface looks different, don't worry, don't panic. This happens quite often. It's the same website. Let's scroll down a bit. You'll find all different plans. By the way, here we can see 3 plans, but sometime you may see 4 plans here. But just don't panic because you can create your website with any of these plans. But as you are starting out, I recommend taking this premium or business plan. With both of these plans, you can create up to 100 websites. For example, today you're creating a portfolio website, tomorrow you want to create a business website, and next week you want to create an e-commerce website. So you don't need to purchase hosting each time. So here with this premium plan, you'll get 100 GB of SSD storage. With the business plan, you get 200 GB of NVMe storage. And with any of these plans, you'll get all the features like unlimited free SSL, so all of your website would be encrypted and super secure. Unlimited bandwidth, so there wouldn't be any limit how many website visitors you will have. Free email, you can create hundreds of professional email addresses like info@yourwebsite.com or admin@yourwebsite.com like this. Then free domain. Yes, like I said, you'll get a domain name for free. You'll also get tons of WordPress features like free one-click WordPress installation, free website migration, so if you want to move your existing website from another hosting provider to Hostinger, they will transfer it on behalf of you. How cool is that? Now let's talk about the security. Personally, I'm very serious about website security, and Hostinger just nailed it with all of these features like Cloudflare protected name servers, malware scanners, and all of these. I've had very bad experiences with other web hosting providers. We have got so many malware attacks and we had to pay the hosting providers additionally to use their other security tools. But here in the Hostinger, you're getting all of these security tools for free. Now let's select a plan. Like I said, you can take any of this plan based on your needs. For now, I'm taking the premium plan. You can upgrade it later anytime, so click on Add to Cart. Alright, right here you're going to see different options. Now this is referring how long do you want to host with Hostinger. So we have 1 month, 12 months, 14 months, and then we also have 48 months. First of all, I don't recommend going with the 1 month because it's almost $12 a month, which is super expensive and wouldn't want that. My recommendation would be go with 48 months. So for the 4 years, you just need to pay $2.99 per month. That will save you $432. And then after those 4 years, you start to pay $7.99 per month, which is still super affordable for a web hosting plan that can hold up to 100 websites. But if you just want to start with 2 years or 1 year, you can click over here. And then in your first year, you just have to pay $3.19 per month, and you're still going to create up to 100 websites. And after that, first year you start to pay $9.99 per month. So the longer the first period, the more discount you will get when you renew your plan. So if you have the budget and you want to get the most discount possible, you can go for the 48 months. And after those 48 months, you start pay around $7.99 per month instead of $9.99 per month. But wait, there is more. If you scroll down here you'll see have a coupon code. And if you fill with my special coupon code JFD10 and then click on the apply, you'll now get a total of 76% discount. Can you believe we are getting a super fast web hosting with the free domain name for the full year only for $34? What an amazing deal, right? So I scroll up again. Here you see pricing is only $2.87 a month for the first 12 months, $2.78 a month per the first 24 months, and $2.69 a month for first 48 months. Now let's scroll down, put your email here. Make sure you use your best email address because they will create hosting account with this email address. And then let's put a very strong password here. Now you see you can pay with your credit card, PayPal or Google Play, or you can even pay using your cryptocurrency. Also, you may see more different local payment options based on your country. So let's just skip this part and scroll down here. And in here, I'm just putting my card informations. Then let's just click on Submit Secure Payment. So from here, you can skip this part. From here, make sure you select WordPress from here. Now, let's click on the Select WordPress button. So here it says create login details for WordPress account. So in order to create an WordPress account, we need to put our email address and password. So my email address is already here, so I'm using this one. And let's put a strong password. I pasted my password, then let's click on the next. And now it says, what will your website look like? So right now we don't want any theme, so we'll just click on the skip. Here it says, do you want pre-selected plugins for your website? No, I don't want it. So let's click on here. No, I want to select plugins manually, and let's then click on the next. Also, we can just skip this. So in here, it's asking what's your website name. So basically it's referring to choose your domain name. So let's select a name for our site. Let's type JFD Toots. Once I typed in, you can see on the bottom, it's suggesting the domain with the extension like jfdtoots.in, jfdtoots.me, and jfdtoots.com and more. From here, you can choose any extension you like, but I recommend you to choose the .com because it sounds more professional and legit. So I'm gonna choose the .com and I'm just gonna click next. Here it says where is your target audience. You can just keep this default, which in my case they have selected a data center in the United States, the closest one they have to my country, but in your case it can be a different one. So you can just keep it default or change it from here, or you can just change it later on. So I'm just keeping it as it is and I'm just clicking on the next button. Now it's installing WordPress. We are almost there. Let's just wait a bit. And right now we're at the control panel of the hostinger. And from here, if we go into the home tab, you'll see in the account actions, it's saying we have sent a verification email to your Gmail account. So let's check our email. You'll find an email address in your inbox that's called verify your email address. Now from here, we'll just simply click on this verify email. Now it will take you back to the hostinger cPanel with the email address confirmed. Now from here, I want to get my WordPress. So from the premium web hosting here on this manage button, I'm just gonna click this. Now it will take us to the hostinger dashboard. Now from here, it says WordPress overview. Let's click that. And then under here, it says admin panel. Let's just click on here. And it will directly take us to the WordPress dashboard. So finally, we are at our WordPress admin panel or WordPress dashboard. From here on the left side, I'll make you familiar with all of these options like posts, media, pages, comments, appearance, plugins, and more. These are actually very self-explanatory, but I'll just make you more familiar with this. But before doing anything, let's clean up our dashboard. Because personally, I like to work in a clean environment rather than a messy environment. So let's start from here. Let's remove this welcome pop-up by clicking this dismiss. Now from here, you can close these drop downs like these. And if you want, you can click screen options. And from here, you can actually deselect all of these and close this. Now it's looking empty and fresh, but I want to clean up more. Like if you go to plugins from here, in here you can see we have a couple of plugins which came by default after installing the WordPress. And if you are wondering what is plugins, plugin is an extra tool or extra add-on which extends the functionality of your website. And of course, we need plugins for our website, but we don't need these specific ones. So what we can do is, from here, let's select all of these. Then from the bulk actions, let's select this deactive. Then let's click on the apply. Now all the plugins are deactivated. Now let's select the plugins again. Now from the bulk action, select the delete option. Now click apply. It's asking, are you sure? Of course we are sure, so let's click OK. Now all the unnecessary plugins has been deleted. Great. Alright, now the next thing I'm gonna show you that how you can change your password and other basic user informations. So let's hover on this user option, and from here let's click the profile. And from here in the admin color scheme, you can choose any color for your dashboard to like coffee, midnight, sunrise. This will change your whole dashboard color, but this is not very important. But this actually doesn't matter that much because only you can see these colors. So let's scroll down. From here we have a language option. From here you can choose any language you want. You can choose your native language, English, or any language. So I'm keeping it site default. And from here you can put your first name like Timur. Also we have last name here, Nishat. And from here you can put your nickname. So I'm just gonna put Timur Nishat. And here we have display name. From here we have couple variation. For now I'm gonna choose this variation. This display name is a bit important thing here. I'm gonna show you a basic example for the display name. Here this is a post, and in here we have the post author name. In this case this is Jim Fahad. So he chose the Jim Fahad as the display name of this post. So if we go back to our dashboard, we set the display name this one. So on our post, instead of this one, it will show the variation we have chosen. Alright, now if you scroll down, we have email address. We can change email address from here. We have website address, but I'm not gonna change anything from here. Then from here you can actually change your dashboard profile picture. If you want to change it, you can click here and you can change the profile picture very easily. Then under account management, we have new password. So if we click on the set new password, WordPress will recommend a very strong password, but also you can put your own password. Like I'm putting my password. Here I typed my password, although it's saying medium, but it's okay for me now. So from here, let's click on the update profile to save the all changes we have made here. So now at this point, I want to make you familiar with two basic terms. One is the backend or the dashboard of our website, and another is front end of our website. Right here, all the things, the options, the contents, all you see is backend of our website. And if you want to see your front end website, you can hover over your site name, and from here you can click visit site. So I'm opening on a new tab. So let's go to the tab, and from here you can see this is your front end website where the whole world can see this portion of your website. Right now it's looking like this, but of course we will change it the way we want. And by the way, from here you can see a black bar on the top. Actually only we can see this as we are logged in as admin of this website. Otherwise any user cannot see this. Alright, now before jumping to the next thing, I want to show you some simple settings. So let's go back to our dashboard. From here, under the setting, let's click on the general. And from here, under the general settings, we have site title. From here, you can change your site title to anything like my website. And as you can see, the site title has been changed over here. So let's keep it as it was. And then we have tagline here. Actually in here you can put some meaningful stuff like best website in California. This tagline actually can help you rank on the search engines. Then from here we can change our email address, and from here of course we can change the language from here. And then we have time zone here. You can choose any time zone you want. And here we have date format and the time format. You can choose any format from here or set your custom format. So I'm just gonna keep as it is and I'll save the changes. Now next I want to show you a very important thing in the dashboard. So under the settings we have permalinks. So I'm clicking here. From here under the permalink structure you can see currently it's set to day and name. Sometimes you'll see it's set to the month and name or the plain or anything from here, but currently it's set to the day and name. But I highly recommend you to select this post name. I'll show you a simple demonstration of difference between plain and post name permalinks. So in here, if you select the plain permalink, your site address will kind of look like this: www.yourwebsite.com/a wizard number. And if you set the post name permalink, your website will be yourwebsite.com/a page name like about us here, or a post name. So it will be human readable, it will look good, and it will also help you to rank on the search engine as well. Alright, so let's scroll down and just simply save the changes. So the thing we were talking about was our front end and our back end website. So this is our front end website. We can change the look and feel of this front end website. So basically there is many ways to change the look and feel of our front end website. So now I'm gonna show you a easy way to change it. So from here under the appearance we have themes. So let's go to the themes. From here we can see we have couple of themes here like 2024, 2021, 2023. Currently the 2024 is active, which is our front end website. We can see this is this one. So from here add new themes, or here you can actually add new themes. So let's click on there. In here you have thousands of themes you can actually install. So let's search hello Elementor and we have this. Let's click on install. Then now let's click on active, and now we can see the hello Elementor theme is added and it's also activated. Now if we go to our front-end website and refresh the page, you see our front-end website has been changed according to the theme we have installed. I know it's looking empty and boring, but trust me, we can turn this into a stunning website using page builders. And what do you think the best page builder for WordPress? Yes, you guessed it right, it's the Elementor. So as we know, Elementor is a WordPress plugin. That's a different thing. It is a game changer for building websites, but it's a plugin. So let's add the plugin to our WordPress. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. Now let's go to plugins, and from here let's click on add new plugin. And from here you can search your plugin. So I'm gonna search Elementor and you will get this Elementor plugin here, and from here click on install now. Now after installing, let's activate, and after clicking the activate, it will take to this onboarding. We can actually just skip by clicking on the top right corner, and actually from here you can close this or open this screen options and deselect this one, and it will be clean again. Now if we go to the plugins, we can see we have the Elementor plugin installed and activated. So now it's time to get the Elementor Pro from Fahad Digital website. From this page, by the way, link is in the description. Under the important links, you can go to Get Elementor Pro, and it will take you to the Elementor pricing page. In here, you have different plans for Elementor Pro. With Elementor Pro, you can do a lot more, like making animated websites, blogs, or even online stores without needing to know how to code. Think about this. Hiring someone to build your website can cost thousands of dollars. With Elementor Pro, you start at $59. That's a huge save. You can buy this plan. In here, you'll get Pro widgets, theme builder, premium support, and you can create one website with this plan. And then we have the advanced and the expert plans. From here, I highly recommend you to use this advanced plan or the expert plan. Here with the both of these plans, they have all the features unlocked for Elementor Pro. So basically you will be able to use the full power of the Elementor and you can unlock the full potential of making a website. You get premium support, 82 Pro widgets, dynamic content to sell stuff online, custom code and CSS, a way to add your own code, and things like form builder, e-commerce features. With this advanced plan, you can create up to 3 websites. Like today you're making a restaurant website, tomorrow you will make a portfolio website, and next week you want to make an e-commerce website. So you don't need to purchase the essential plan 3 times. If you want to create 3 websites with this essential plan, you will cost $180 to make it. But with the advanced plan, you can make 3 websites only for $99. Here with the expert plan, you can create up to 25 sites. This is a perfect plan for freelancers who need to create multiple websites. And if you are an agency owner, here comes the perfect plan for your agency. With this agency plan, you can create up to 1000 websites and you will get all the features of the Elementor Pro only for $399. Like you can make a client's website and they might pay you $500 to $3,000, but your cost, if we just calculate the pricing, we're getting 1000 websites, so 1000, and let's divide it by $399. So as you can see, you are getting only $2.5 of cost for each website. In my opinion, that's a great win. Like you can make a client's website and they might pay you $500 to $3,000, but what your cost? Just about $2.5. If you ask me, it's a smart investment. So let's buy our package. So for now, I'm gonna go with the advanced plan. So click on the buy now, and in here you have to create an account. You can continue with Google, Facebook or Apple, or you can continue with your email. So let's go here. You can put your email address here. I am putting mine, and let's set a password. Then let's create my account. Then from here you can put your first and last name. I'm putting mine, and most of the thing here is optional, so I'm gonna just skip this and click on the continue. And from here you can use your card or PayPal as a payment method, so I'm just gonna put my card information, and on the right side I'm gonna click pay now. And after purchasing the Elementor Pro, we are at the Elementor dashboard. From here you can link your website on the WordPress. So from here, the only thing we're gonna do is, on the top right, we have the download icon here. If you click this, and in the downloads, we have Elementor Pro Advanced. Now click this, and then the Elementor Pro zip will be downloaded on your device. Alright, now let's close all of these and let's go back to our dashboard. From here, let's go add a new plugin. And this time, instead of searching the plugin, we will upload the plugin. From here, we're gonna choose the zip file we have just downloaded from the Elementor website. So I'm gonna choose this. Now from here, I'm gonna click on the install now button. Now our plugin is installed successfully from the upload file. Now let's click on the active plugin button, and it takes us to our plugins list, and we can see we are having Elementor Pro and it's active. Now from here all we have to do is click on connect and activate. And from this page, just click on active my license. And here, as you can see in the Elementor, under the license settings, the status is showing active. That's mean we are having the Elementor Pro and it is active. Now I'm really excited to show you the power of the Elementor Pro. So let's go to pages from the left to create our first page. So here we can see we are already having 2 pages. This came by default after installing the WordPress. So I'm just gonna select all of these, and from the bulk action I'm gonna select move to trash, then apply. And from the trash I'm gonna select all and select delete permanently, then apply. Now it's all clean. So let's now add our new page. And from here, we have to add our page title. So I'm gonna make it home. So I'm typing home. And then I'm gonna just publish this. Publish. And it says home is live now. But if we go to our front-end website and refresh, we see the home we have just created is not showing here. This is because the WordPress shows this post by default. But we want to show our home page as our front-end website right here. So what we can do is, let's go back to the dashboard, and from here let's click on this WordPress icon. Then under the settings, I'm gonna click on the reading. Then from here, under this reading settings, currently your homepage displays set as your latest posts, which are these. So we're gonna do is, we're gonna select a static page, and from this home page, I'm gonna select the home we have just created. Now I'm just gonna save the changes. Now if we go back to our front-end website and refresh, as you can see, we're having the home with the default header and a default footer. I know nothing crazy here yet, but we can turn this page into anything we want using the page builder, specifically the Elementor Pro. So let's go back to the dashboard, and from the pages, I'm gonna click on this home we have just created, and then from here, I'm gonna click on edit with Elementor. So finally, we are at our Elementor page builder where the fun part begins. As you can see, our home page is open with the Elementor. This content is the same as our front-end website, so we can turn this to anything we like. But first, let me make you familiar with the left panel of the Elementor. Many items like heading, image, text editor, video, button, these are called Elementor elements or Elementor widgets. These Elementor elements or widgets are the building block of your web page. And now if you scroll down here, you'll see a Pro drop down here. In this drop down, we have some Pro widgets or Pro elements. You can only use these elements or widgets if you have purchased the Elementor Pro. If you don't have the Elementor Pro, you can only use these basic widgets, and you can make your website only by using these. But as we have our Elementor Pro, we have unlocked all the widgets and all the elements available in the Elementor. Great. And if you notice on the right side, within this beautiful box, we're gonna add our elements or create our elements from scratch. Now I'm gonna give you a basic example that how this page builder works, how you can add elements or edit the elements. So let's start by clicking on this plus icon. From here it says which layout would you like to use. So for now I'm gonna click on the flex box, and from here we have many structure. So I'm gonna select the first one, and this will add a box, and from the left it has min height property. You can drag the slider to the right to increase the box height, or to the left to decrease the height. Alternatively, you can put some custom value like 300 pixel, so it will make the box height 300 pixel long, or let's make it 600 pixel. And now let's say you want to add a color to this box. So let's click on this style tab from the left, and under the background color, let's select this classic type, and from the color here, let's click on here, and it will give you a full color picker where you can make any color you want, or you can paste your custom color. And by using this knob, you can create or choose any color from here. So for now, I'm making this fully black. So now box is now fully black. Now let's add more elements within this box. So to add elements, click on this grid icon from the left, and from here you have all the elements and widgets. So I'm gonna drag this heading inside this box, and you see we have a text. You can change the text directly from here, or you can edit the text inside this text field. So let's just type Jim Fahad Digital, Now let's style this text. So from the style tab, you can choose the text alignment to left, center or right. I'm gonna make it center. And if you want to color the text, here you have the text color property. From here it's by default blue, but I'm just gonna make it like fully white. And then we have typography for this text. So if we click on this pencil icon, we can change typography of this text. So inside this font family, we have all the free Google fonts we can use. So for example, if we use this font, you can see instantly this font is changed to this font. So from here, one of my favorite font is Poppins. So I'm gonna type Poppins and it will suggest the Poppin fonts. So I'm gonna select and you can see it's become the Poppin fonts. Now from here in the size, we can adjust the size of the text like this, or we can put custom value like 50 pixel and it will become 50 pixel. And here we have font weight. We can select normal, we can select bold or anything. The lower the number is, the thinner the text, and the higher the number is, the bolder the text. Alright, for now I'm gonna keep it 600, which is semi-bold. And we have transform property. From here you can choose uppercase to make the text fully uppercase, or lowercase to make it fully lowercase, or capitalized to make it capitalized. So let's make it default. And in the style, you can keep it normal, you can make it italic, or anything you like. You can mess with all these properties freely. And we have line height here. So the line height adds the line height of the text. So the higher the number is, the longer the line height is. And we have the letter spacing. This can literally add space between each of your letters. You can see it's adding space between your letters. And similarly we have word spacing. It will add space between each of your words. Cool, right? So I'm gonna make it everything default by selecting the value and clicking on the backspace on the keyboard. I'm gonna make it default. Alright, now let's add another element. So let's add the text editor underneath this heading. So from here you can change your text, and from the style you can align your text to the center by using alignment property. And let's change the text color like this. And from the typography, let's change the size of the text, kind of like this. Now let's add another thing. Let's add the button. You can change the button text from here. So instead of the click here, I'm gonna type learn more. And you can add any link here in the button. For example, Jim Fahad digital.com or http://google.com. So when any visitor will click this button, it will take them to the link you have put here, which is cool. So from the style, let's style this button. From the alignment, I'm gonna make it center. Then we have the typography for the button as well. So from the typography, we're gonna make it like Poppins, that you can do with the text typography. Alright, so here we can select the background color of the button. So it's currently like green color, but I'm gonna make it like this red type of color. Also, of course, you can change the text color of this button like to black. So that's how you can add basic elements using Elementor Page Builder. But now let's say you want to center all the contents, the heading, the text editor and the button to the center of this black box. So you can select this black box, and from the layout tab here in the justify content, you can select the center to make it all centered. Now let's say you want to add space between each elements or widgets. So let's select this text editor widgets. And now let me introduce you the advanced tab. In the advanced tab, You can do many advanced stuff. We will learn more about it later in this tutorial. So for now, we want to add space between the elements, so we can use the margin property and the padding property. So let's try the margin. So if we unlink this, we have all 0 value. So from the top, let's add 30 pixel of margin. So you see it's added the 30 pixel of space from the top of this element. And if we add 30 pixel from the bottom, it adds 30 pixel space from the bottom. And same for the right and the left. It just adds space from the sides. So let's delete this value. And this padding property is very similar to the margin property. So if we add 30 pixel padding from the top and bottom, you see it works very similar. It adds 30 pixel space from the top and bottom, although it's looking the same, but the properties are different properties. And it has different use cases. We'll learn more about this later in this tutorial. So for now, let's keep the padding like 20 from the top and 20 from the bottom. Alright, now let's say you don't like an element and you want to delete the element from this canvas. So what you can do is select that element, for example this button, and right click on this element, and from here just click on the delete and it will be gone from the canvas. Just right click and delete. And if you want to delete the whole thing, you can select this, the whole container or the whole box, and click on this cross icon to delete everything, including the elements inside. And if you accidentally delete anything, you can undo your action by clicking Ctrl+Z like this, or you can click Ctrl+Y to redo your actions. Alright, so this was the very basic example that how this page builder works. So I'm just gonna delete this whole thing. And now I'm gonna make you familiar with a very important concept, which is the flex concept. If you understand the flex concept, you can create any type of layout of the design or any kind of structure using the Elementor page builder. So it is super important for you to learn, so let's pay attention. So let's go ahead and take a container from here. I'm just gonna drag it and drop it. So you know it adds a box. So from here I'm gonna make the height like 700 pixel. Now we're basically having a box or a main container. And now let's add another container inside this container. So I'm gonna drag and drop. So we have added this container. You can call it child container. This big container is the main container or the parent container, and this inner container is the child container. So for your better understanding, I'm just gonna color the container. So from the style, I'm gonna make this container like blue but very light. Alright, also for this one, let's add a background of blue, but this time little bit deeper. Alright, and let's select this child container, and here in the layout, here we have the width. You can control the width, and from the content width, it's currently boxed, but let's make it full width. And from the width, we have the width property. You can control the width of this child container, or you can put some custom value, like I'm gonna make it 300 pixel, and also you can add the height, of course. So I'm gonna just make it 150 pixel. Now I want to duplicate this child container, so I'm gonna right click this and click on this duplicate to have the exact same item of this. So I want another one, so I'm gonna just duplicate again. And right now we are having 3 child elements inside this parent element. So currently we are having 3 child containers inside this parent container. And now let's select the parent container, and from the layout, let's understand the layout settings from here. Here we have the justify content property. Using this property, as you know, we can center the elements inside vertically to the end or to the start like this, and we also have space between. If we select the space between, it will add equal gap between the child containers. So I'm just gonna keep it center. And also we have the align items. With the align items, you can make all the elements to the start, to the center, or to the end like this. So it just aligns elements horizontally. And then we have gaps. If we just unlink the gaps is becoming 0 on the column and on the row. And that's why you can see here there is no space between the child elements. So if we just add some gap on the row like 30 pixel, it adds the gap between the elements. And if we add the space on the column gap, apparently you cannot see anything. And right now it's good time to show the direction property for this container. Direction property of this container. So here in the direction we have row direction, we have column direction, we have row reversed, we have column reversed. So if we click on the row, it will align all the containers inside horizontally. And if we select the column, it will order all the contents inside vertically. So by default, if we select nothing like this, by default it's column directed. So if we select nothing, it will still be the column directed like this. Alright, so let's make it row. And from here we are talking about the gaps. So if we make this column gap 0, as you can see it's having 0 gaps between the containers. But if we make it column directed, it still has the gap because on the row we have still 30 pixel gap. So on the horizontal way we have to also keep the 30 pixel gap in order to get the gap. And now we have the wrap property. So I'll show you what we can do with the wrap property. So right now I'm gonna select the no wrap property. This is the by default property, and from here I'm gonna make the container full width. And with this width property, I'm just gonna decrease the size of this main container. And as you can see, as I decrease the size, the inner container is getting squished like this. But if we select wrap instead of the no wrap, so let's see now what happens. Now if we decrease the size of the main container, the inner containers are getting wrapped as the main container is getting shorter. So this is the simple usage of the wrap property. So I'm just gonna make it default. And now I'm gonna show you one last thing related to this. So for example, let's add a item inside this child container. So let's add a button inside this middle child container. And if we select this middle child container, which is the blue one, and from here, if we make it align item center and justify content center, you can see the button inside is getting affected by the changes on the blue child container. But now if we select this main container, and from here if we make this justify content start and the align item start, you see the blue items is getting affected by the changes, but not this child of a child container, because this button is child of this main container, but it's not immediate child of this main container, but it's immediate child container of this blue container. So everything you do on this blue one, the button will get affected by this. Alright, so this was the simple demonstration of how Flex container works. If you master the Flex concept once, you will be able to create any layout or any structure by yourself. So if you missed anything or confused by something, you can just rewatch 3 to 5 minutes back, and I believe you'll get everything clearly. Otherwise, I think it's enough theoretical talking, because personally I like more practical stuff rather than theoretical stuff. So now let's create our website step by step using the Elementor page builder. And one thing here, as you know, this tutorial will be hours long. So if you are ready to invest your next 2-3 hours, then you can follow this full tutorial. But let's say all of you don't have such a long time, or you are on a rush and you wanna create your website really fast. Instead of watching hours long video, Then I have another approach for you. You can use ready template from kitpapa.com. Of course, we will create our website step by step from scratch, but the kitpapa.com is for the people who want to create their website seamlessly and also really fast, like within few clicks. So here, let me just give you a quick tour of the kitpapa.com. So here we can see it has the categories of websites. Here you get almost every category of websites you need, like business, portfolio, technology and apps, education, health, medical, food and restaurant, sport and fitness. You can just name it. All of these are perfectly dedicated ready templates for each of the categories. So by using these templates, you can not only create websites for yourself but also for your clients within a few clicks. Let's say you have a client who is a lawyer, and if we see here, they have a lawyer category of templates. So let's check this out. Here we can see inside this lawyer category, they have 3 ready templates. So let's just check this one out. In here, if you scroll down, you'll see all the necessary documentation to use this template, and also they have a video installation guide here of around like 3 minutes. So actually you can watch this 3-minute installation guide and make your website fully ready instead of watching the 3 hours long video. And let's scroll up, and in here you'll find a very interesting stuff here. If you click on this live demo, you can view this template within a beautiful iframe. You can check the full template, interact with them, and also check the responsiveness. of the website, like tab mode, mobile mode. So I found this feature very interesting and super helpful. Also, of course, you can visit the site to get the real experience of the website. Alright, so let's go back, and from here you can purchase the template, and it's only $14.99, which is super affordable for a template that you can use multiple times and create multiple websites for yourself or for your clients. And you can charge your clients couple $1,000s easily. Or let's say you are a freelancer or an agency, you can grab their buy all package. With their buy all package, you can get full access to their all premium kits. And right now, as you can see, a limited time discount is going on their site. So if you grab this deal, you get full access of all premium kits on their site for a lifetime. And it's only for $59. In my opinion, that's a great deal because they have 180 plus premium kits and they update 10 plus templates per month. And also, you get access to their future products. That's mean when they upload a new product in the future, you get that product for free. And you are getting all of these access only for $59. What more can you expect? So as you can see, they have only 2 days left for this limited time discount. So if you want to get all their expert made templates, so make sure you grab the deal right now. Alright, so for this particular tutorial, as you know, we will be making our food and restaurant website. So let's go to their homepage and search iFoods. And they have a template called iFoods, which is a restaurant and cafe website. So in this tutorial, we'll be making our website like this. Alright, now let's go back to our dashboard. And now before starting, I'm gonna do a quick thing. So let's click on the setting icon on the left bottom. And from here, under the page layout, I'm gonna select the Elementor full width. And now we are having a simple header and a simple footer because we're not gonna start with the header. We're gonna start directly from our banner area or the hero area of our website. So I'm gonna keep the default text as it is right now. And now, before starting to create any section or any part, I'm gonna do a very important settings in the Elementor. In here, we have an icon on the top left corner we call this is a hamburger icon. So let's click on this. And from here, we have site settings option. So click here. And in here, as you can see, we have many options like global colors, global fonts, typography buttons, and everything. So we're gonna do some settings on the global settings, like we'll add some colors, we'll set some typographies. So after doing that in the global settings, we don't have to do that on the main part again and again. So remember, to create a professional website in the Elementor, doing the global settings is the best practice before doing anything. So let's start with the global colors. And in here, you can see under the system colors, we have list of some colors like primary, secondary, text, and accent. And these colors are having default value, like this has kind of blue color, this have black color, and this is having green color. So we'll just change these accordingly to the brand color of our website. So let's start with the primary color. So click here and let's make this fully white. So let's type FFF, or you can type 6Fs. Then we have secondary color. Let's make it D2AC6A. Then we have the text color. We will make it A7A7A7. Then in the accent color, we'll make it E4C590. This accent color is our main vibe color of the website. Alright, now we have custom colors here. From here, we can add custom color. Like in the system colors, it has only 4 options. And in the custom colors, we can add more options. So let's add. For this one, I'm gonna make it body color. And in the color value, I'm gonna make it 171819. Then I'm gonna add one more color here. So I'm gonna name it black and make this color fully black. So 6 zeros. Alright, now we have done our global colors. Now let's update before leaving. Now click on this back button from the top left corner. Then let's go under the global fonts. So in the global fonts, we also have some system fonts like primary, secondary, text, and accent. So let's adjust the typography of these fonts. So let's click on the pencil icon, and from here in the font family, we're gonna search Forum and select the Forum font. Then here in the size, I'm gonna make it 60 pixel. Then font weight, I'm gonna make it 400. Then I'm gonna make the transform uppercase. Then we have line height, I'm gonna make it 72 pixel. Then let's edit the secondary. In here, as a font family, I'm gonna search DM Sans, and font size, I'm gonna make it 12 pixel. Then font weight, I'm gonna make it 700. Then transform, I'm gonna make it uppercase. Then we have line height, let's make it 16 pixel. Then here in the letter spacing, let's first select the EM property. Then let's make it 0.3 EM. Alright, now let's close this. Now let's open the text. Then let's edit the text. From here, I'm gonna make it DM Sans as well. And font size, let's make it 16 pixel. Then font weight, let's keep it 400. And line height, let's make it 29 pixel. Now we have accent. In the accent, I'm gonna make this DM Sans. Font size 12 pixel. Font weight, let's keep it 700. Transform, let's select uppercase. Then line height, let's make it 12 pixel. Then letter spacing, let's make it 0.3 EM. And we're not gonna add custom fonts for this one. So let's hit the update. Now let's go back. From here, we have typography. Let's click it. Here first we have the body. Here each element like body, link, H1, H2 all has one text color and typography. So let's start with the body. So in the text color, let's click on this earth icon and we can see our global colors here that we have just created. Like it has primary, secondary, text, accent, and we created some customs like body color and the black. So from here we can select a color. So let's select this one, the text one. And as you can see, I didn't have to type the color. I selected the text as a global color, so I didn't have to type the color. This method gets better with the typography. So from here in the typography, if we select the typography from here, for example, let's select the secondary, it will make the typography all secondary. So in the typography, you don't have to put all the values every time like this. Cool, right? So actually for now, for this particular one, we're not gonna use the global, we're gonna use some custom ones. So let's reset this and let's put the custom typography for this one. So I'm gonna search DM Sans and make it DM Sans. I'm gonna make it 16 pixel font size. Then I'm gonna select 400 font weight. Then I'm gonna make it 29 pixel line height. Then we have the link here. In the link, I'm gonna select the secondary color using this earth icon. And then we're gonna add some custom typography. So from here, I'm gonna make it DM Sans. Then I'm gonna make it 16 pixel, font weight 400, then line height 29 pixel. Then we have H1, which is heading 1. Let's select the color primary. Now let's edit that typography. From here, I'm gonna make it forum font. Then size, I'm gonna make it 120 pixel. Then font weight, I'm gonna make it 400. Then line height, I'm gonna make it 120 pixel. Then we have H2, I'm gonna select primary, and in the typography, I'm gonna make it forum, and then 60 pixel, 400, then 72 pixel. In the H3, make it primary, then search forum, font size 35, font weight 400, line height 42. Then we have H4, primary, font family forum, size 25, font weight 400, line height 30. Then H5, primary, forum, font size 21, line height 27, and also font weight 400. Now finally we have the H6, so let's make it primary color. Then in the typography, let's search DM Sans. Let's make it 12 pixel font size. Then font weight, let's make it 700, which is bold. Now line height, let's make it 16 pixel. Then letter spacing, let's make it 0.3 em. Alright, we're done with the typography, so let's just update. And let's go back. Then after the typography, we have buttons. Actually, we don't have to work on all of these options. We have couple of options like this button, and next we're gonna work on the background and little bit on the layout. Alright, so now it's time to do the settings for buttons. So click on the buttons, and from here in the typography, I'm gonna make it DM Sans. Font size, I'm gonna make it 12 pixel. Then font weight, let's make it 700. Then line height, let's make it 12 pixel. Then letter spacing 0.3 em. Alright, now in the text color, let's make it accent color, and as a background color, let's make it fully transparent. Then here in the border type, I'm gonna make it solid, and in the border width, I'm gonna make it 1 pixel. Then border color, I'm gonna make it accent color. In the border radius, I'm gonna make it all 0. And here in the padding, I'm gonna make it 21, 41, 21, and 41. Then here in the hover option, select the hover option here. And in the text color, I'm gonna select secondary. And then background color, I'm gonna make it accent. So when I hover over a button like this, actually the text color, let's make it primary. So when we're gonna hover over a button like this, it will show a hover effect. Alright, now we are done with our button settings, so let's update. Now let's go back, and from here let's click on the background. So here under the background type, let's choose classic. Then in the color, let's choose the body color. Alright, now let's update and let's go back. Then if you scroll down in here, we have layout option. So here in the layout and under the content width, it has a default value. So let's make it our own. So 1280 pixel. And here in the gap, let's make it all 0. And then let's update. And from here, we just have one final option to do. So let's click on this additional settings and it will take you to a new page on the Elementor settings. And in here, we have disable default colors. Check this one, and also disable default fonts. Check this one. Now save changes. Alright, now let's close this tab and go back to the Elementor. And from here, let me just quickly delete this one and let's go back to the site settings. And from here, we have to do some responsive stuff. So let's click here. In the bottom, it has an icon of responsive mode. If you click it, a black bar from the top will appear. So from here, you can check different device mode, like currently it's desktop, then we have the tablet, and it has mobile device. So let's tweak the global setting a little bit on the responsive mode. So let's make it tablet first. In the tablet mode, let's open the global fonts. We don't have to change the global colors because in every device mode, the color will be all the same. So let's click on the global fonts first. So for the primary, let's change the settings or typography. So from here, I'm gonna make it 42 pixel of font size, and line height I'm gonna make it 50. Then I'm gonna select the text. From here, I'm gonna make it 15, and let's select the line height pixel property and let's make it 27 pixel. Right, now let's update, and we are done with the global fonts on the tab mode. Now let's click on the mobile mode. So I'm gonna start with the primary, and here I'm just gonna make it 32 pixel. Then in the line height, I'm gonna make it 38 pixel. Then in the text, I'm gonna make it 14 pixel, and the line height, I'm gonna select the pixel. Then I'm gonna make it 25 pixel. Alright, now let's update. Now let's go back, and here in the typography, let's select the tab mode first. Let's start with the H1 here because we don't have to mess with this on the responsive mode. So in the H1, I'm gonna make it 80 pixel, and on the line height also 80 pixel. Actually in here on the tab mode, this H1 is the only thing we have to work on. So let's update, and now let's switch to mobile mode. And from here, and in the H1, we have to make it 60 pixel font size and 60 pixel line height. Then we have H2. Here let's make it 40 pixel and 38 pixel. Then H3, let's make it 30 pixel and 32 pixel of line height. Then H4, let's make it 22 pixel and 25 pixel. Then H5, let's make it 20 pixel font size and 26 pixel line height. Alright, now we are done with the typography in the tab and also in the mobile. So let's update, and now let's go back. From here, we don't have to do anything. We have done everything for the global settings. So I'm gonna exit the responsive mode and also the site settings. Now if you want, you can go to user preference from here, and under the UI theme, you can select the light mode or dark mode. Currently it's set on auto detect. So when your PC is on the light mode, the Elementor will be in the light mode, or your PC is in the dark mode, the Elementor will be the dark mode. But I want to make it dark mode because the website we're gonna build here will be in the dark mode, so I don't want any distraction from the light color. Then we have panel width here. You can control the left panel width from here, but I'm gonna keep it the default value 300 pixel. Then from here I'm gonna turn on the editing handles. This option will come handy during building the website, so you can turn this on. Now that's it, I'm gonna update. And lastly, I want to remove this text because I want zero distraction when we're making the website. So let's go to settings, and under the page layout, let's select Elementor canvas. And it will be full empty and fresh canvas. Now I'm gonna click on the grid icon, and from here I'm gonna drag and drop a container here. And I will make sure you understand the layout, so I'm gonna turn on this navigator. By looking at this navigator, you can see what I'm adding, what I'm deleting, and you can put your eye all over the website. So I'm just gonna keep it here, alright? And as you can see, we have just added a container. So in here, we can see a container is added. So I'm gonna rename this container by double clicking it. I'm gonna make it banner section. Now from here, let's make the content width full width, and then let's make the mean height 100. But first let's select the VH property, which is viewport height, and let's put 100. So as you can see, this banner section container is taking full height of the website view. Now let's make it column directed. Then let's go to style tab, and then let's choose the background type classic, and from here let's add an image or background image. By the way, if you want to download all the images I have used in this website, you can go to Fahad digital website, and I'll also put the link in the description of this page. And from here, under the important links, you will find download the resources I have used in this tutorial. After downloading the resources from here, you will get two folders like this. One will be images and other one will be templates. Inside this images folder, you will find every single images I have used in the website. So from here, you can select all the images and drag and drop all the images here. And all the images will be uploaded inside your media library. So for our banner background image, I'm gonna select this one and click on this select button. Now from here, you can close this one. In the position, let's make it center. Attachment, let's make it scroll. Repeat, let's make it no repeat. Then display size, let's make it cover. Then let's scroll down and open this background overlay. From here, let's choose a background type, and from the color, let's click on this earth icon and let's choose the black. And the opacity, let's make it 0.7. So the background overlay is just added a black shade over this image. So any content we add, it will be perfectly visible. Alright, now let's go to the advanced tab. And let's make the padding, let's unlink this. Then let's add 260 pixel padding from the top. The reason we are adding so much space on the top because later we will add our header on the top. So we are just leaving the space or the room for our header. Alright, now let's add a container inside this. So click here or on the grid icon and let's drag a container. Then let's make the container width. Let's select the percentage, and from here let's make it 80 pixel. Then let's go to the advanced tab, and from the margin let's make it 66 pixel from the bottom. And then let's make the padding all 0. Now let's go ahead and add a heading inside this container. So let's click on the grid icon and let's drag a heading. Then let's select the heading, and from here under the HTML tag let's make it h1. But what was wrong with the h2? Let's go to the site settings. In the typography we have h2, right? From here you see I have just putted the letter spacing 72 instead of the line height, so it was messed up. Now it's fixed, so let's update and close. And in here now let's paste our text. so it will be fast. Then let's go to the style tab, and from here in the alignment, let's make it center. And the text color, let's choose the secondary from the global colors. And the typography, let's choose the secondary. And from the advanced tab, let's make the margin 20 pixels from the bottom. And let's make the padding all 0. Now let's click on the grid icon and add an image property or image widget underneath this text. Now from here, let's choose the image. Let's scroll down, click on the load more until we find this image, and let's select this. Now let's go to the style tab and let's make the width pixel so we can give a straight value. So I'm gonna make it 100 pixel. Then in the advanced tab, let's add some margin of 27 pixel from the bottom. Alright, now let's go to the grid icon again and add a heading underneath this image. As this is our main heading of this banner, so let's select the H1, which is the biggest one, and let's paste our text. Then from the style tab, let's make it align center. Then the color, let's make it primary. Then let's go to the advanced tab and let's make the margin 20 pixels from the bottom. Then let's add another heading underneath this heading and paste this text. From the style tab, let's make it alignment center and let's make the color primary. And in the typography, let's click on the pencil icon and let's make the font DM Sans. Size, let's make it 20 pixel. Font width, let's make it 400, and line height, let's make it 36 pixel. Now let's go to advanced tab, and from here let's add margin on the bottom like 40 pixel. Alright, now let's add a button underneath this text. So from here I'm gonna drag a button in, and as you can see, our button is already styled because we have styled it on the global settings. So let's just change our text. From here I'm gonna type view our menu, and from the style tab I'm gonna make it center with the alignment center. Then here we don't have to do anything because it's already styled. So in the advanced tab I'm gonna just make the padding 0. Alright, now let's add a new container. So let's drag a container and drop it here. As you can see, our new container is inside this previous container. Like this, if we close it, you can see it's closing with the container. So we want the container outside of this container. So I'm just gonna drag this container like this and make it before this container and close this. Then make this container after this container, and it's good. So this is a trick you can use to move or place an element very easily and fast. So from here, let's select this container we have just added. Then the content width, let's make it full width. Let's make the direction row, and let's make the justify content end. Then under the advanced tab, let's add 100 pixel margin from the bottom, then 150 padding from the right. Now let's add another container inside this container, and I'm just gonna move the navigator up so you can see properly. Then I'm gonna select the new container, and from here I'm gonna make it full width. Then let's make it the direction row, and the width, let's select the pixel property and let's make it 110 pixel. Then under the advanced tab, make it padding 0. Now let's search image box, and let's drag this widget inside this small container. Then from here let's choose the image for this and load once more until we find this image. Now let's select. Now let's change the title to this, and let's just remove this description as we don't need it. Then let's go to the style tab, and from here make sure you keep the image position on the top, and in the alignment I'm gonna make it center. Then from the image spacing I'm gonna make it 0. Now let's open this image drop down. From here I'm gonna make the image width 52%. Then we have content drop down. From here I'm gonna make this title color, and in the typography let's make it forum. Then let's make the size like 25 pixel, and let's make the font weight 600, and let's adjust the line height like this, and let's play with the letter spacing. Select the EM, then I'll just make it 0.3, and after changing the letter spacing, let's decrease the font size a little bit like this, and let's make the font weight 600. Alright, now let's go to the advanced tab, and if you scroll down here you'll find a background drop down. Open this, and from here let's select a color. Let's select the secondary color. Looks like we have to go back to the style tab and adjust our font size a little bit, like 18 is looking good. And now let's go to advanced tab, and from the padding let's add some padding on the top like 12 pixel, and now let's add some padding on the right 5 pixel and also on the left 5 pixel. This element is a button or link to our contact page, so let's go to the content, and we have link here. In the link I'm just gonna put /contact like this. We did not create a contact page yet. For now I'm just giving it contact here, so when we're gonna create the contact page it will be automatically linked to the page. Now let's check the whole section. We can see our banner section is looking pretty amazing. Now it's time to work on the responsive mode and make it fully responsive, so I'm turning on the responsive mode. From here let's check the tablet mode. In the tablet mode it looks perfect. Now let's check on the mobile mode. On the mobile mode everything is perfect, but looks like we have to remove this button or the link from the mobile mode. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the whole container the element is placed in. So from here I'm gonna go to advanced tab, and I'm just gonna scroll down until we find the responsive drop down, and I'm gonna open this, and I'm gonna turn on this hide on mobile portrait. So I'm gonna toggling this, so if I turn on the hide it will be hidden from the mobile mode and shown on the tablet and the desktop mode, so we cannot see here. It just grayed out this one, but we still can see here. So if we close this, now you see we cannot see this. On the tablet mode we can see this, on the desktop mode we have this, but not in the mobile mode. Great. Now let's turn off this responsive mode. Now we can say our banner section is completed. Now let's move to the next section. So let's open the panel and scroll down, and from here let's drag a container in, of course outside of this banner section. So I'm gonna close it for you so you will better understand. And now I'm gonna rename this container flavors section. You can rename your section to anything you like. So from here I'm gonna make it full width, then I'm gonna make the direction column, and then I'm gonna go to style tab, and from here in the background type I'm gonna make the color 0E, 0D and 0C. It gives us a black color. Then from here I'm gonna choose an image for this section. Here I'm gonna select this image, select. Then from here I'm gonna make the position to top right, then attachment, scroll, repeat, no repeat. Display size I'm gonna select custom and put here 20%. Then let's go to the advanced tab, and from the padding I'm gonna add 100 pixel from the top, then 110 pixel from the bottom, and that's it for this flavor section. And let's add a new container inside this. We need nothing here, but I'm gonna just put 0 pixel on the padding. Then let's add a heading inside this. Now from here I'm gonna just paste the text. Now instead of styling it individually, as we are having this heading and this image, we can just copy this image and text like this. And instead of this, I'm just gonna remove this from here. Right click here and paste it. Then let's copy the image, right click here and paste. Now with this heading, I'm just gonna change the text. Here, instead of delightful experience, I'm gonna make it flavorful experience. Look how easy it is to copy and paste an element inside Elementor. And let me just put this navigator a little bit away so you can see it clearly. Now let's add a heading after this. Because this heading is different and this heading will be a little bit different, so I'm not just copying and pasting. Let's just add a new text underneath this image and let's make it this text. And from the style, you know what you have to do: align the center. Then on the margin, I'm gonna make it 26 pixel from the bottom. Then let's add our text editor underneath this heading. From here, let's change our text. I'm just using a dummy text here. Let's make it alignment center. Then on the advanced tab, let's work on the padding here. So let's unlink first, then select the percentage property. Then from here, let's add 35% from the right and 35% from the left. And the text will be nicely squished from the left and the right. And it's looking pretty nice. Alright, now let's add another container after this container in the flavorful section. But before that, let me just drag every little element inside this container like this. And let me just readjust the elements like this. And now all the elements is inside this container of this flavorful section. Now from the grid icon, let's add another container underneath or after this container like this. Now let's make this container row directed. Then here we have to add some width like 1170 pixel. Then in the advanced tab, let's add some margin of, from here on the top, I'll add minus 85 pixel, and on the bottom I'll add 12 pixel. You'll just know why I'm using the negative margin or using this minus in next few moments. So let's add a container inside this container. Then directly from the style tab, let's add a background image. So let's choose the image. Let's keep loading images until we find this image. Let's select this. Now let's make it center, attachment scroll, repeat no repeat, and display size contain. Then here in the margin, let's make it 25 pixel from the bottom. Then the padding, let's make it 30 pixel on the bottom and 30 pixel on the top. Now let's click on this grid icon and add an image inside this container. Let's choose the image. We're gonna select a food image, so I like this one. I'm selecting this one. Then from the style, let's make the image width 280 pixel. And let's click on the grid icon. Then we're gonna add the heading after this. Then here, I changed my text. Then in here, HTML tag, let's select H3 to make it smaller. Then in the style tab, let's make it align center. Then on the advanced tab, I'm gonna add some margin of 80 pixel on the bottom. Then I'm gonna add a button after this heading. Then in here, I changed my text. Then in the style tab, let's make it center. We have the border type here. Let's select solid, then unlink this, and on the bottom, let's add 1 pixel. So the button border will be only on the bottom. And then here we have padding. We'll make it 0 and it will be like this. And also in the hover, let's change the hover effect. Let's make the text color secondary on hover. Then the background color fully transparent on the hover. So we're gonna have the hover like this, and you can use this text as a link. From the content, you can easily put some link on this text. So for example, you want to add a link, so you type like kitpapa.com, and when your visitor will click on this link, it will take them to the kitpapa.com. Alright, right click here and duplicate, and again right click and duplicate. And now we're gonna select the middle container. this one. And from the advanced, in the margin, I'm gonna make it 150 pixel from the top, so it will push down the middle one from the text. Now it's time to change the text for each one. So let's start with this image. I'm gonna select this one for this, and as a text I'm gonna make it appetizers. Then this image, I'm gonna choose this, and let's make the text drinks. Alright, now if we check out, this section is looking pretty stunning. So now it's time to work on this responsive mode. So let's turn on the responsive mode. So let's check the tab mode first. In here, let's select the main flavor section, and in the advanced tab, let's adjust the padding like 100 pixel from the top and 100 from the bottom. Then let's select this container, and from the advanced, let's make the margin minus 20 pixel. It will be moved to the bottom little bit. Then let's open this container and select this container. Then here in the padding, let's make it 20 on the top and 20 on the bottom. Then let's select this image and let's make it 175 pixel. And then let's select this container again, this one, and copy and paste the style, and then choose the image, copy this image, paste the style, and let's repeat the process with this one. And now finally select this paragraph, and from the advanced, let's decrease the padding percentage like 20 pixel and 20 pixel on the sides, and it's looking perfect. Amazing. Now let's check the mobile mode. In the mobile mode, let's select first container inside the flavors container. Then in the advanced tab, let's add some margin of like 30 pixel on the bottom, then padding 10 pixel on the right and 10 pixel on the left. Then let's select this container and make it 0 on the margin. Then open this container, and inside this container, select the first container. Let's make the margin 51 pixel from the bottom. And now let's open this container and select the second container inside this container, this one. This one has the top margin of 150 pixels, so I'm gonna make it 0, and then I'm gonna make it 50 pixel from the bottom, and I'm gonna copy the style and paste it to the other containers like this, and now it's having the equal gap between the containers. Also, lastly, we have to work on this paragraph. From the advanced tab, let's make it all 0 padding, and it will be perfect. Now on the mobile mode, the section is looking perfect. Alright, now let's exit the responsive mode. And now our flavor section is ready. Now let's move on to the next section. So let's click on the grid icon and drag a container inside. Then let's make this container column. Then in the style, I'm gonna make it a background color. So I'm gonna type here 171819. Then from the advanced, I'm gonna make it margin 0. Then padding 140 pixel on the top, 76 on the right, 100 on the bottom, and 76 on the left. Then I'm gonna add a container inside. I'm gonna make it full width. Then in the margin, I'm gonna add 100 pixel margin on the bottom. Then I'm gonna scroll up and copy the section heading, paste, copy the image, paste, and also copy this section title and paste. Now let's change the contents to this, and for this one to this. Now after this heading, I'm gonna add a tab widget. So I'm gonna search tab, and we got the tabs widget. You can only use this widget if you have the Pro Elementor. if you have Elementor Pro. Otherwise, you cannot use this on the free version of the Elementor. So I'm gonna drag it in. So it basically added 2 tabs here. So if I want to show you, you can select one tab by clicking on the tab, and if I want to make you better understand, I have to change the text. Like I'll make it text 1 and I'll make it text 2. Now if I close this, and as you can see, when I'm selecting the tab 1, it's showing the text 1, and when I'm selecting the tab 2, it's showing the text 2. So how this is basically the tab works. So now let's style our tab. From here, let's make the alignment center like this. Then let's go to the style tab, and here the title color, let's make it primary, and also let's make the active color primary. Then here in the typography, let's make it forum 21 pixel, font weight 400, then line height 38. Then here in the border width, I'm gonna make it 0. So the initial border is gone. Now I'm gonna go to advanced tab. From here I'm gonna make it padding all 0. Then I'm gonna scroll down, and we have the option custom CSS. In here in the custom CSS, we need a tiny bit of custom CSS to add a custom border on this tab. So all we have to do is go to the Jimpa Digital site, and in here after this important links, you will find a custom CSS, says tab CSS. From here you have to just copy the whole text, copy, and here just paste the code. And as you can see, we have a custom border on the tab. Using the custom CSS was easy, right? So now let's go back to the content, and in here let's just edit the tabs. So I'm gonna make it morning, then I'm gonna make this weekday lunch, then I'm gonna add another item. So I'm just gonna duplicate, and in here I'm gonna paste my text dinner, then I'm gonna make it clone and paste my text like this. Now the tab header is looking perfect. Now let's check the responsiveness here. So in the tab it's perfect. In the mobile, let's just grab this whole container. Actually we forgot to add the name of this section, so let's just make it daily menu section, just a random name. So in here, instead of this much padding, I'm gonna make it 0 and add some padding like 50 pixel from the top, and it's perfect. Alright, now it's time to add the content inside the tabs. We don't want any text like this, simple text. We're gonna have much better thing. So I'm just gonna show you. So let's just update and click on the hamburger icon. From here, let's exit on the dashboard. Click on the WordPress icon. From here, after the Elementor, we have templates here. Let's click on the templates, and here we can add new template. So from here, select section option, then here just name it. So we're gonna name it, let's go to our Elementor and see we have morning first. So for the first tab, we're gonna add morning, then create template, then click on the close button here. Then it's opened the morning template inside Elementor. So let's click on the settings. So in here we have to add our contents we want to put inside this area instead of this text. So don't worry about this default text here and here, it will be gone when we add it to here. Alright, so let's add a container, and let's make it full width. Then let's make the direction column. Then let's add another container inside, also make it full width. Now direction row, and then margin, let's make it all 0. Then padding also 0. Then we need another container inside this. Then here in the gap, let's make it 49. Then from the style tab, we have border option. Open the border option, and from here border type, let's select the solid. And in the border width, let's unlink this. Now on the bottom, let's put 0.1. Now in the border color, put 6 Fs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Fs and 6B. It will give you a semi-transparent color. Now under the advanced tab, let's make the padding 0. Then here in the gaps, let's add 59. Then in the style tab, from here in the border, open this border, select the border type solid. Then in the border width, unlink, then let's add 0.1. Then border color, I'm gonna make it 6 Fs and then 6B. Then under the advanced tab, I'm gonna make it 0 on the padding, also 0 on the margin. Now let's add a container inside this. In this section there will be a lot of containers, so you can just pay attention here and follow this step very carefully. So let's grab this one, the new one, and let's make it full width. Then direction row, then padding, let's make 51 pixel on the left. Then inside this container, I'm gonna search image box, then add an image box inside. Then I'm gonna go to style tab, then we have image position, I'm gonna make it left. Then I'm gonna keep the vertical align top. Then we have image spacing, I'm gonna keep it 15. Then I'm gonna open the image drop down. Then in the width, I'm gonna make it 25%. Then in the border radius, I'm gonna make it 10 pixel, so it gives a roundness on the image. Then I'm gonna open the content. Then in the title, I'm gonna make the color primary. Then in the typography, I'm gonna add a custom typography, which is forum. Then 21 font size and 27 line height. Then I'm gonna select an image inside. This will be a food image, so let's add this one. Also, let's copy the title and the description for this, and then click on the grid icon, drag a heading after this container like this. I'm gonna change the text to $10 and I'm gonna make the HTML tag h5. Then in the style, the color, I'm gonna make it primary. Then on the advanced, I'm gonna select the custom on the width and make it 10%. You can see it's having a border on the bottom of this container, so I'm gonna select this container where the border is given. So from here, I'm gonna copy this and paste the border on the right and make it 0 on the bottom, so it will add a border on the right side. Alright, so now we just have to select this one and duplicate like this, and let's select this one and change the content. First the image, let's choose this image of the food, and also let's select this container, and inside the text and of the title, let's make it lasagna, and for the description, let's paste our text. Also on here, let's select this container, and instead of the padding on the left, let's make it 0 and add the padding on the right, so 51. Then let's copy the style and paste this tag. After that, let's grab this whole container like this and right click and duplicate, and this time select these small containers. In here, let's edit the content first. So for this one, I'm gonna paste the text, and for the description as well. Also, let's don't forget the image. Let's select this one. Now this one. For this one, let's select this one, and of course let's change the title and the description. Let's just paste the text, and finally let's grab this one, and in the advanced tab, instead of the right, let's give it on the left, and also for this one. And now if we close everything and then select this whole container that we have just duplicated, if I close this, we see we have the border because we have just duplicated from the left side. So from here, go to style, and in the border, let's make it border type none. So it will remove the border that we don't need. Alright, now it's time to make the responsive. Let's activate the responsive mode. In the tablet mode, let's select this container, and here in the padding, let's make it 100 pixel on the right and 100 pixel on the left. Then let's select this container, and in the advanced, let's make the margin 0, and inside this one, let's make it 0, and copy the style and paste the style to the other one. Also paste the style to rest of the containers. Select the second container that is holding two containers. So from here in the layout, instead of the direction row, I'm gonna make a direction column like this, and from this container that has the border on the right, I'm gonna just remove the border by selecting the none, and it doesn't have the border anymore, and everything is aligned vertically, but we have to just adjust the spacing. So I'm gonna keep this container, and from the margin here, I'm gonna add some margin on the bottom like 50 pixel, and I'm gonna select this container, and from the advanced tab, I'm gonna add some margins like, let's first unlink, then let's add 50 pixel, or we can just add more like 66 pixel, 60 pixel, and the space is now perfect. Now let's check it on the mobile mode. In here, let's grab this container, and let's grab the second container here. In here we have so much padding on the left and right, so I'm gonna make it 0 and just make it 10 pixel on the right and 10 pixel on the left. Now I'm gonna select this container, the single one that holds up all the contents. Now from here I'm gonna make the direction vertical, then from the justify content I'm gonna make it center, and then align item center, and then I'm gonna grab this one, the pricing, and from the advanced I'm gonna make the custom width 55 pixel. Then I'm gonna copy this and paste the style to the other ones. Paste the style, and also for this pricing. But before that, let's add some margin from the top like 10 pixel, and copy, paste the style, and paste the style. Now it's looking perfect on the mobile as well. Alright, now we have created our tab content. Now let's publish this. It says your section is live. Now let's go back to our dashboard, so click on the exit. Now in the templates, if you click on here, you see we have a morning template, and it has a ID number or ID code. So I'm just gonna copy the whole text here. Then I'm gonna go back to our Elementor in our home page. Then I'm gonna select the tab, and from the content I'm gonna open the morning, and instead of the simple text here, I'm just gonna put the ID number of the template we have just created like this, and it has the ID number. Now if I update and click on the preview changes and scroll down there, we can see we have our tab content, which is looking very amazing. Alright, now let's go back and go to our dashboard, and let's make other templates for our other tabs as well. Like we have the weekday lunch, we have dinner and wines. So let's go ahead and start making. So I'm gonna add a new template and select the section type here, and I'm gonna name it weekday, just short name, and I'm gonna create template. Then I'm gonna close this. Then from here I'm gonna click on this folder icon, and under my templates tab, we already created the morning and published, so it's in my templates. So I'm gonna just insert this, and we will have the section we have just made for the morning. So you can freely change some text and title from here, or images like this, and click publish. And if we go back on the dashboard, let's copy this text and paste it in our weekday lunch. So we have morning and we have weekday lunch in here. Let's paste, update, and on the preview changes, refresh, and this is currently for the morning, and if we click on the weekday lunch, it will be changed to the weekday lunch property here. Cool. So let's repeat the process and make other contents for dinner and wine. Alright, so let's continue here. Add new template, section, let's name it dinner, create template. Then in my templates you can see we have morning and weekday because we just published the morning and weekday, so we can see the two available here. So I'm gonna insert this one, the last one, and just tweak the contents like you want. Now publish, then exit. Now let's add another one, this time wines. So I'm just repeating the process. Alright, now let's go back to the dashboard. In the templates, we have two new IDs for the dinner and the wine, so let's copy this and paste it in the dinner content. Also this for the wine, let's paste it on the wine content, and then update this, and let's preview the changes. So in here, all the tab is working fine. And from here, we can check the responsiveness. Everything looks fine. Alright, now this section is done. Now let's move to our next section. So let's take a container and let's name this container specialties section, and let's drag another container inside this, and let's select this, then let's make it full width. Then here in the style, let's add a background image. So from here, let's choose the image, let's scroll down and select this one. It's called restaurant pattern, so select this, and from here let's make it center, scroll, repeat, this time repeat, and display size, let's make it content. Now in the advanced tab, let's make it padding 10 on the right, 10 pixels on the left, and then let's add another container inside, make it full width. Let's add a background color of this container, so let's make it 0E, 0D, and 0C. Then let's add some padding here, 120 pixel on the top, 120 pixel on the bottom. Now inside this, let's copy this pre-section title and paste this. Then the section image, then the section title itself. Now let's change the content, so spatial flavors, and this one let's make it best specialties. Then after this heading, let's add a container and let's make it direction row. Then here in the gaps, let's make it 40. Then padding, let's make it 80 pixel on the right, 20 pixel on the bottom, and 80 pixel on the left. And let's add another container inside this, and let's make this 10 pixel padding on the top. Then inside this container, I'm gonna add an image, and I'm gonna make the image width 250 pixel. Then from the advanced tab, I'm gonna make the margin 25 pixel on the bottom. Then I'm gonna make the padding 0. Then I'm gonna make this image 250 pixel. Then margin, I'm gonna add 25 pixel on the bottom, and also padding, I'm gonna make it 0. Then I'm gonna select the image. I'm gonna choose this one for the first one, and after that I'm gonna add a heading.
after this image, Greek salad, and HTML tag I'm gonna choose H4 to make it smaller, and from the style tab I'm gonna make it center. Then text color I'm gonna make it primary. Then on the margin I'm gonna add 11 pixel on the bottom. Then we need a text editor after this heading, so let's drag a text editor, and in here I'm gonna paste my text. Then I'm gonna make it center. I'm gonna choose the color primary. Then I'm gonna add a custom typography, so DM Sans, 14 pixel font size, then font weight 400, then line height 25. Then after this I'm gonna make the margin 0 and also the padding 0. Then I'm gonna add a button after this text editor, and from here I'm gonna make it a fries, and in the style I'm gonna make it center, and here in the typography I'm gonna add some custom typography. I'm gonna add DM Sans. I'm gonna make the size 21 pixel, then font weight 400. Then we have decoration. In here I'm gonna choose underline to have a line under the text, and the line height I'm gonna make 38 pixel. Then the letter spacing I'm gonna make it 0, and from here we have border type. I'm gonna make it none to remove the border, and here also in the padding I'm gonna make it 0. So here we have just resetted the button style that was coming from the global settings we have. Alright, also let's grab this text editor, and from the style let's just quickly make it text color so it will be darker. And now we have a item or cart, so let's select this and duplicate this container like this, and one more, so for same cards. Now let's change the content of the cards. So for the image I'm gonna select this one, and in the title I'm gonna paste this text. Also in the description I'm gonna paste my text. In here I'm gonna choose the image, this one, change the title and the description. This one, let's choose this one, looks good. And for the title, this, and also description. Alright, now we are having 4 cards inside this container, so I'm gonna make one little tweak. So I'm gonna select the second one, and from the advanced tab on the padding I'm gonna make it 50 pixel, and copy the style and paste the style on the fourth one. And also let's select the fourth one and add the padding 50 on the top. So now it's giving us a nice zigzag style which is looking pretty nice. Now let's check for the responsive mode, and in the tablet we have to work on this. So let's select I'm gonna select this container where the 4 card is placed, so this one. And from here in the layout tab, in the gaps I'm gonna make it only 8, and on the wrap option here I'm gonna make it wrap. And in the advanced tab, in the padding I'm gonna make it 40 pixel on the right, 20 pixel on the bottom, and 40 pixel on the left. Then I'm gonna select this individual card. Let's select the first one, and from the layout also I'm gonna make it full width, and from the width percentage, and I'm gonna make it 48%. Now let's copy and paste the style. Paste the style, and also for the last one. Alright, now our cards is perfectly aligned on the tablet mode. Alright, looks nice. Now let's check the mobile mode. In here it's already looking perfect. We don't need to work on this. So let's close the responsive mode. And one thing I want to make you realize here, that whenever you copy the style of an element, for example I copied the style of this element on the mobile mode for a reason, but it's also like affected on the desktop mode, so we have to do the margin thing again. Like select this 50 pixel, and for the fourth one 50 pixel, So right now it's good. Alright, this section done. Now let's move on to the other section. Let's go ahead and make our testimonial section. So from the grid icon, I'm gonna take a container and I'm gonna name the container testimonial section. Then I'm gonna make it full width. Then from the style tab, I'm gonna select a background image. So from here, I'm gonna select an image. Let's select this one. Now position, let's make it center. Attachment scroll, repeat, no repeat. Display size, cover. Then we have background overlay. Let's add a overlay. From here, I'm gonna add a color. Let's just choose the body color. And from here, I'm gonna just make it 0.7 opacity. Then let's go to the advanced tab, and from here, let's add 125 pixel from the top, then 310 from the bottom. Then I'm gonna add a container. In the container, I'm just gonna make it all 0 padding. Then I'm gonna add a image widget inside this container, and let's choose the image. Let's choose this little image. Then let's make it width of only 30 pixel. Then from the grid icon, I'm gonna search testimonial, and we have this testimonial and the testimonial carousel. So I need this one, testimonial carousel, and let's delete this and change the content, and let's change the image of the client. So from here, let's choose this one, and then let's remove the name and the title. We don't want that. And let's scroll down. From here, I'm gonna select the image tagged as layout, and in here, slide per view, I'm gonna choose 1, and slide to scroll 1. Then width, I'm gonna make it 100%. Then I'm gonna go to the style tab, and under the content, I'm gonna make the gap 15 pixel. Then the text color, I'll make it primary. Then we're gonna add a custom typography. So I'm gonna search forum and make it forum. Then let's make the font size 30 pixel, font weight 400, line height 33 pixel, and style, let's make it normal so it will be straight. Before it was italic by default, but we just made it normal. Alright, then we're gonna go to advanced tab, and in the padding, I'm gonna add 150 on the right and 150 on the left. And let's finally go to the content and duplicate the testimonials. So we have 3 items. Also right now we are having the pagination after adding the 3 and also having the arrow. So we don't want this pagination. So in the additional options, we will turn off the pagination by selecting the none. And also from the style, from the navigation, in here in the arrow color, we're gonna select the text. We're gonna set a custom color, so let's set this code, and it's looking pretty good. And then finally, let's change the contents. I just pasted my text on 2 of them, so it's not different and looking pretty nice. Alright, now let's go ahead and make our next section. So here I'm gonna take a new container, and I'm gonna make it 80%. Then direction, I'm gonna make it column. Then I'm gonna go ahead and in the style tab, I'm gonna color this section. So the color code will be 171819. Then under the advanced tab, I'm gonna make the padding 110 from the bottom. Now let's add a background image for this section. I'm gonna select this one, and from here, then here I'm gonna make the position custom. Then I'm gonna make the X position 108%. Then I'm gonna make the Y position 445 pixel. Then attachment scroll, repeat, no repeat, display size, custom, and in the width, I'm gonna make it 18%. So right now we cannot see the image. So if I go to layout and increase the height of this section, you can see the image is here. It will be around on the bottom somewhere. So I'm gonna make it default, and let's now add a container inside this. Let's make it full width. Then let's make it 100% up width. Then I'm gonna make direction row. Then in the advanced, in the margin, I'm gonna make it minus 225 on the top. Then I'm gonna make the padding 0. Then we need another container inside this. Let's make it full width 60%. Then in the style tab, in the background, let's make a background 0E, 0D, 0C. Then under advanced tab, in the padding, let's make it 75, 60, 75 and 60. And then in here, let's add a heading. Now let's paste our text, online reservation. Now let's go to style tab and let's make the alignment center. Then let's make the color primary. Then let's select the typography primary. Then let's go under the advanced tab and margin, let's make it all 0. Then let's add a text editor underneath this heading. Then let's paste our text. Then from the style, let's make it center. Then text color, let's click on the global and select the text. And typography, let's make it text. Then let's add margin on the bottom of 30 pixel. Then let's make the padding 0. Then in here, let's add a form. So click on the grid icon and search form. I'm gonna use this form, so I'm just gonna drag and drop. Now from here, let's add a new item. Then remove these existing items. Then in here, it will be type text. Then in the placeholder, it will be your name. Then column width, it will be 50%. Then let's add another item. In here, from type, let's select tel, which means telephone. Then in the placeholder, it will say phone number. Then the column width will be 50%. So it will be half. Let's add another item. This one, the type will be select to have a select input. And in the label, it will be person. And the column width, it will be 50% as well. So to have options inside the select, you have to write options here. For example, you can write it like this: option 1, option 2, option 3. And if you click here, you will have some option inside the select like this. So I'm just gonna paste my options. Now let's close this and add another item. This one will be date, and in the label I'm gonna type date, and also in the placeholder it's date. And let's make the column width 25. Then let's add another one. This one will be time. In the label I'll type time, in the placeholder as well. Then I'm gonna make it 25, so it will share 50% all together, and this 50% and this 50% all will share 100% of this line. Now let's add our last item in here. This one will be a text area, and in placeholder it will say message. Alright, that's it for the options or the inputs. And let's open the button now. From here you can change the button options, like if you choose the alignment left, center or right, or you can make it justified, so it will be taking the full width. Then here under the submit button, we can change the text of the button. So here I'm gonna type book a table. I'm gonna go to style tab. In here under the form we have columns gap. I'm gonna make it 20 pixel. Then in the row gap, let's make it also 20 pixel. Then here under the label, let's make the text color primary. Then typography, let's make it text. Then under the HTML field, let's make the color primary. Then let's open the field option here, make the color primary. Then let's make the typography text. Then let's make the background color 151616. Then we have border here. Under the border color, let's make it F2, 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 0f. Now in the border width, let's make it 0.3 like this. Now in the border radius, let's make it 0. Then let's open the buttons. From here, let's make the background color accent, and then let's make the text color black. Then on the button hover, let's click on the hover, and in here let's make the background color secondary, and then let's make the text black, so it will give us a hover like this. Nice. Now here under the text padding, let's make it 18 pixel on the top and 18 pixel on the bottom. Then let's open the messages drop down. From here in the typography, let's make it text, and here in the success message, let's make it primary. Then let's open the steps drop down. In here, let's make the typography accent. Then here, let's make the space 20 pixel. Alright, now we are done creating our form. So let's add a new container after this form. Now let's select this container, the whole container, under the reservation section container, and let's click on the grid icon. Now let's drag a container here like this. Then let's make the container full width. Then weight, let's make it 37. Then in the style tab, in the background image, let's choose an image. Let's select this image. Then let's select this image. It's called restaurant-contact-bg.webp. This one. Now let's select this. Then from here, I'm gonna select the attachments to scroll and the display size, contain, and it will add a nice pattern on this container. Then under the advanced tab, let's add some padding of 90 pixel on the top and 90 pixel on the bottom. Then let's add a heading inside this container. Make sure it's the H2, and from here I'm gonna make it contact us. Then under the style tab, I'm gonna make it center. Then here in the color, I'm gonna make it primary. Then typography, let's add a custom typography. So in here, I'm gonna select forum, then make it 50 pixel. Then font weight, let's select 400. Alright, now here in the advanced tab, in the margin, I'm gonna add some margin of 20 pixel on the bottom. Let me just drag it down so you can see. Then in here, I'm gonna add a text editor after this heading. Then I'm just gonna paste my text and I'm gonna make it center. Then let's make the color primary. Then in the typography, let's only make the font weight bold. Then in the advanced tab, I'm gonna make the margin minus 50 pixel on the bottom. Now let's click on the grid icon and let's add a heading after this. Then I'm gonna make it H3. Then I'm gonna paste my text. Then under the style tab, I'm gonna make it center, and I'm gonna make the text color the accent color. Then I'm gonna make the margin 10 pixel from the bottom. Alright, now let's add an icon. So let's search icon, and I'm gonna drag this icon widget after this heading. In here, click on icon library to choose icon. Here you can choose icon library to choose icon, or use this upload SVG to use SVG as icon. So I'm gonna click on upload SVG. From here, I'm gonna select this infinite icon, then click on insert media, and here we have the icon. Then let's go to the style tab. Then here under the icon, let's make the primary color accent. Then let's make the size 18 pixel. Then in the margin, let's make it 10 pixel on the bottom. Alright, now let's add another heading after this icon. And let's make this heading H5. Then here, let's type location. Then under the style tab, let's make this color primary. Also, let's make it center using alignment. Then typography. Then under the advanced tab, let's make it margin 0. Then after this, let's add a text editor. Then let's paste my text. Then under the style tab, let's make it center and have the typography. Let's select the text. Then under advanced tab, let's make it margin all 0, and let's make the padding 70 pixel on the right and 70 pixel on the left. So it will squish the text on the sides inside. Now we need a similar contents like this heading and a text editor. So let's just copy this and paste this, copy this, paste this, repeat the thing. Now let's just change the content. I'm gonna type here lunchtime, and then in here I'm gonna paste my text. Then in here I'm gonna make dinner time. Then here I'm just gonna paste my text. Alright, we're done making our reservation section and it's looking pretty nice. Now let's check the responsiveness. On the tab, let's select this whole section, the reservation section, and from the advanced, let's make the padding 110 from the bottom. Then let's select this container. Then let's select this container, and here in the margin, let's make the top minus 170 pixel, minus 170 pixel. Then let's make the padding 0. Also on this section, let's go to the layout, and from here let's select the wrap. Let's make it 100%. Now under here let's make the wrap. Now let's select this section, the left one, and from the layout let's make this 100%. So it will take the 100% width, and also select this one. Also let's select this one and let's make this 100% as well, and it will be good like this. And now if you want, you can select the reservation section, and under the style tab we added the background color. You can just readjust the position of this image. Like this, and it's good on the tab mode. Now let's check the mobile mode. In here, let's select this container, and under the advanced tab, let's make the padding 0, and let's add some padding like 20 pixel on the left and 20 pixel on the right, and let's make it 20 pixel of padding. And you can even polish more, like if you can select this form, and here under the label spacing you can add space after the label. Then of course you can unlink this and add some extra space on the top like this, and I think it's looking pretty good. Only this part needs some work, so let's open this. Then in here under the padding we'll just decrease the padding, or we can just remove the padding. On the tab it's perfect. On the mobile it looks good, but if you want you can just select this one, and under the style in the content you can just decrease the font size a little bit, like 20, and you can play with the line height. I think this is good. Alright, now let's exit the responsive mode. So now we are done creating all the section in our home page. Now we have to just add our header and the footer. Now before adding our header and footer, I'm gonna just do one final thing in the sections. With our home sections, we will reverse check everything and polish our home page if we need. So let's check everything from the bottom to top. So now we're done creating all the sections for our home page. Let's recheck all the sections from bottom to top, and if needed we will polish our sections. In here you see we have a background image here, and after this we can add another background image in here. So let's just quickly do it. Let's select this whole section. Now from the style, as you can see we have the image as background image in this background. The way we can add another image inside this section is using the background overlay. When you are using the background overlay you get an option to add image. So from here I'm gonna take the advantage of it, and let's choose this image and select. Then from here in the position we're gonna select bottom left, then attachment scroll, repeat no repeat, and display size let's make it custom and make the width 16%, and let's make the opacity 1. And now we have the image on the bottom using the background overlay. Alright, also in this section we have to polish it a little bit. We have to just add some margin or spacing from the bottom. So let's select this section, and from the advanced tab let's add some padding manually from the bottom. Let's add some margin manually on the bottom, so like 100 pixel. Alright, and now it's time to add our header on the top and our footer on the bottom. So now I'm gonna show you a very interesting way to add header and footer using the Elementor Pro. So first let's update, then click on the hamburger icon. From here click on exit. So let's go back to our dashboard by clicking on this WordPress icon. Then in here we have templates. Under the templates click on the theme builder, and from here we have header and footer option on the left side. So from here I'm gonna click on the header. So here currently we don't have any templates. So currently we don't have any header templates here. So let's add new one. And from here it will suggest you some pro headers that you can only use it if you have Elementor Pro. These all header templates are very professional from the Elementor Pro. Also in the pages you can use any templates from here, and it's all available in the Elementor Pro. So if we close this, here you see we have our Elementor canvas where we have to add our header. From here we can just make our header from scratch, but if you remember, inside the important files that you downloaded from the Fahad digital website, inside the important files you have downloaded from the website, I have gave you have the images and the templates folder. In the images folder, you already know you have all the images that I have used in the website. And now in the templates, if you open the templates folder, you have couple of templates like about page, private events, and header and the footer. You can actually use this ready template of header that is saved as a JSON file. So I'm gonna show you how you can use an already exported template to your website. So let's go back here. We have the folder icon after this plus icon. Let's click on this folder icon and it will open the library for you that you have already familiar with. Now on the third tab we have my templates. In here we have the templates we have just created like morning, weekday wines for our tab section, as you know. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on this upload icon. It says import template. Then in here I'm just gonna open my file. Then I'm just gonna drag and drop the header JSON. From here it's showing you the warning. Click on this do not show this message again, and now you can see the header has been added to my templates. Now from here click on the insert. It's asking apply the settings of this header too. Let's just click on the apply. Now if you see, we have the ready header inside our canvas. So here we have a top bar, we have logo, we have button, but don't you think we are missing something? Yes, we are missing the menus on the middle. So I'll show you how you can add menus on the WordPress site to navigate your different pages like about page, contact page. So let's publish from here, and from here click on the add condition. Make sure you select the entire site so the header will be shown on entire site. Click on save and close. Now let's go back to our dashboard. Now from here under the appearance we have menus. Click on the menus. From here we can create our menu. So from here I'm gonna create a menu, so I have to add a name for our menu. So I'm just gonna type main menu. You can name your menu anything you like. And now click on the create menu, and on the left side we have pages drop down, and under this we can see we have the menu page available here because we have the menu page in our pages. So if I select this and add to menu, it will be in our main menu. So because we will have multiple pages and multiple pages link, like about page, contact page, menu page. So we have to add other items with the home in here. So in order to get that, we have to create the pages in order to get the items. By the way, we have another way to add menus if we don't have the page for the menu. We can use custom links. If we click on this, we can add a custom link like kitpapa.com, and as a link text we can just name it Kitpapa, and if we add the menu, it will be inside our main menu, but as a custom link. But right now we don't want that, so let's remove this. We want to add real pages and select the pages as our link. So from here, let's just save the menu and let's go back to our pages. In here, as you can see, we have only home, so let's add our page. So click on add new page, and I'm gonna create our about page first, so let's rename it about and click publish. Now we want to add another page, so I want to create about page, so I'm gonna rename this one about us. Then I'm gonna publish. Then I'm gonna go back and add another page. I want to add a menu page, so I'm gonna name this menu, then publish. Let's add another one. I'm gonna make this one blog, then publish. Then finally, let's add our contact us page, then publish. In here we have all the pages we need. Now let's go back to the menus under appearance. From here, now if you see, we have all the pages available we just created. So we're gonna just select all of this and add to our menu, and these are added to our menus as individual page link. So you can reorder all this item by drag and drop like this. I'm just gonna readjust the order. So after about us, we'll add menu, then the blog, and finally we have contact us. Now we'll just save the menu. Now we have created our main menu with the links. Now let's go back to templates, and in the theme builder, we imported the header. So from here, I'm gonna click on edit, and it will be open in the Elementor. And now if we see, we have the main menus item inside our header as we selected the main menu in here. So now our header is complete with these nav links. And as this is our imported template, so the header will be 100% responsive like this. It's perfect. Now let's update and exit from here. Now let's go back to the theme builder, and from here let's add our footer the same way we add our header. So let's add new. From here you also have the ready header templates from the Elementor Pro. So we're just gonna upload our footer from the files. So let's drag and drop the footer. Now we have the footer available in our template, so I'm just gonna insert. Now as you can see, the footer is added in this canvas. Now let's publish this canvas or the footer. Make sure you select the entire site for this one as well. Let's now save and close. Now let's go back to the dashboard, the pages. Now if we go to the home page, let's open it, edit with Elementor. Now in here, we don't see our header. So all we have to do is click on the settings, and from here, instead of the Elementor canvas, select the Elementor full width. And your header and your footer will be all ready for you. Now let's check this on the preview mode, and you can see we have the perfect header and all the sections from the home page as well as our footer. So here we are just having a solid home page for our website. Amazing. Now here we have just created our perfect home page. Now it's time to create our about page. So if we click on this about us here, we can see in our about us page, it's nothing here. So let's make our about page. So let's go back. Let's go to our dashboard. Before, let's update. Now from the dashboard, let's click the about us, and let's click on the edit with Elementor. And we have just opened our about page in the Elementor. Also here in the header, every single thing is customizable. you can change anything or edit anything on header as you like. For example, let's make this logo a little bit bigger like this. Or if you want, you can change the logo image to your own logo. You can change the typography of your menu items. You can change the button text, and of course you can change all the items on the top bar. So basically the header is all yours. So by using ready templates, you can save your significant amount of time, and also you get the fully customizable template in your website. And of course the footer is also fully customizable. You can change, edit or delete any content from the footer and make it your own. So here, of course, let's make it the Elementor full width to get our solid view of the header and the footer. So now we're gonna make a common section that we will use in all our inner pages. So let's take a container and let's rename this inner page banner. Then we're gonna make the min height 550 pixel. Then I'm gonna make the direction column. Then justify content center. Then in the style, I'm gonna choose a background image. I'm gonna choose this one for the banner image. I'm gonna choose this image for our banner image. It's called Restaurant About Us Hero image. Let's select this. Then let's make it center. Then attachments, let's make it fixed. Then repeat, no repeat. Then display size, cover. Then in the background overlay, let's make it black. And in the opacity, let's make it 0.7. And it's looking really amazing. Now let's add a new container inside this. Inside this, we're gonna add our common text like this free title, this image, and this section title. So what just I'm gonna do is click on this edit with Elementor on the home page. Now let's copy this one and go to the About Us tab, and here just paste it. Go to the other tab, copy and paste it. You see how easy it is to copy and paste from one tab to another tab. Now from here, all we have to just change the content on the texts. So for this one, I'm just gonna type our story, and for this one, I'm just gonna make it about us. Now it's all good on every device. Now you know how to make this, so now I'm gonna just delete this. But why? Because instead of creating a very complex about us section from scratch, we're gonna just can add a new template that I have provided you with the link, and it's in your device. So from here, let's upload. Then select this about page template, drag and drop. Now in here, let's just insert. Now we are having the inner page banner with all the sections for About Us page. And of course, it's all fully responsive on the tab mode and in the mobile mode. Perfect. Now we have created our About Us page and imported all our sections. Now it's time to move to the menu page. So from here, let's just update this page. Now let's exit to our dashboard. Now we have the menu page. Let's go to the menu page and edit with Elementor. So here, let's first make it Elementor full width. And first, we'll add our inner section banner that we have in our about page. So let's open the about page. So this one, let's copy this one, and on the other tab here, just paste it. And we have the inner page banner. So let's just change the titles and text. Here I'm gonna paste my text, and in here I'm gonna type our menu. Alright, now the next section we're gonna make is our single menu section. So we have already created our single menu as a template for the home page, which is this one. Earlier we created this for our tab. Now we're just gonna use this for our single menu. So let's just copy it from here, and in here I'm gonna just paste this. I'm just gonna take a new container and I'm gonna rename this single menu, and inside this one I'm just gonna paste that. And also we will add section free titles and section titles inside our single menu. So let's just copy them, copy and paste. Now let's just readjust this text. So I'm gonna put it on the top. So I'm just gonna grab this one and put it after the headings like this. And right now we can see our single menu section is collapsing with the banner section. So a simple fix for this will be, let's select the whole section, single menu, and from the style tab we will add a color. Let's add this body color, and as you can see it's fixed. Now let's add some spacing on this section. In the padding, let's make it 110 pixel. On the right, let's make it 150. On the bottom, let's make it 100, and on the left 150. And on the menu here, let's add some margin of 30 pixel on the bottom. Now let's change the text here. I'm gonna make it starter menu. Then this one I'm gonna make it appetizers. And if you want, you can make more of these contents by duplicating this. And let's select this one, and we can make this, and we can make this. And if you want, you can select this item and increase the quantity of the item like this. And you can easily change the contents. From here you can change the image and also of course the text. And now let's check the responsiveness of this section. So let's turn on the responsive mode. Let's check the tab. We definitely have to work on that tab here. So let's open this and let's grab this main section, the single menu. From here, as you can see, the padding is too much here, so I'm just gonna make it all 0 and it will be perfectly good. Then in the mobile, it's also perfectly fine. So let's close this, and in here we're gonna do one thing. In the single menu, in the style, I'm gonna add an background image. So from here, select this one. It's called restaurant appetizer. Then from here, in the position, I'm gonna make it top left, attachment scroll, repeat, no repeat, display size, custom, and then 20%. This is actually top right. And then I'm gonna open the background overlay and add another image. This time we are gonna add this image. And now from here in the position, I'm gonna make it custom. Then I'm gonna make it 108. Then position Y, I'm gonna make it 24%. Attachment scroll, repeat, no repeat, display size, custom, and here I'm gonna make it 13 pixel. Then opacity, I'm gonna make it 1. And then finally, let's go to the layout, and in here, in the content width, let's make it full width. And we are good here, it's looking pretty. Now let's go ahead and import our another section. So in template, let's add a new template. So in our important files, we have this private event section. Let's add, then let's upload again. Then we have this banquet hall section. Alright, now let's insert this private event section. Alright, here this is looking good. After this, we're gonna add a section exactly like this, but with different content. So I'm just gonna click here and copy this section. Then I'm gonna just paste it. Then let's just change the text. Then from here, select the main container. We're gonna change the images. So let's click here. For this one, we're gonna select this one. It's called restaurant main dishes. So let's select. Then let's change the position from top right to top left, and it will be on the left side. Then on the custom width, we'll just make it 16 pixel. Then let's close it and open the overlay. From here I'm gonna remove this and add a new image. From here let's select this image, and now let's do the same for this one. From here on the X position we're gonna make it -7%, and here I'm gonna make it 9%, and it will come like this, looking pretty. Then from here we're just gonna change the contents, so I'm gonna just paste my text, reservations. Then in the section title it's main dishes. Then after this we're gonna import another section. So from the templates we already uploaded this banquet hall section, so we're just gonna insert, and it's looking good. And by the way, you can definitely change these contents and images because we have many different variation of images, so you can choose from here like this, and also you can change the contents of course. And now let's add our next section, so it will be same as this one. So let's just copy this and paste it here. And for this section's background image, let's change it. For this one I'm gonna select this one. Then from here I'm gonna make the position custom. Then I'm gonna make the position -80 pixel. Then the Y position I'm gonna select the percentage and make it 40%, and then I'm gonna close it. Then here we have the background overlay. We're just gonna delete this because we don't need this. And here you can decrease the size of the image, so like this, or you can freely play with the position. I like it to be here, so I'm gonna keep it here. Then after this you can change the content of this. We're gonna make sweet and sweet. Then here we're gonna make it desserts. Then let's change the contents, the images. Here we have many types of desert images, so let's just select. Alright, now it's looking pretty sweet. Now next from here, now let's copy this section, and here let's paste it again. And now let's change the background image. Let's select the image, this one for this section. I'm gonna make it like 109%, and the Y position you can change it 75. And now let's change the contents here. This one will be hot and cold. Section title will be drinks and menu. Then let's change the images on the items. This will be all the drinks images, so let's start from here. You can change the title, but I'm not changing all contents and text because it will take a lot of time. So for now just change the images like this. Look how cool it's looking. Then we're gonna add our last section in our menu. So let's take a new container, and in the background image I'm gonna add an image. I'm gonna choose this image. Then I'm gonna make the position center, attachment scroll, then repeat, no repeat, and size cover. Then under the advanced tab in the padding, I'm just gonna make it 110 on the top, 110 on the bottom. Then inside this container we're gonna add a section that we already just created in our home section. So let's just go to our home page, and that is our reservation part. And I'm gonna select this container, and I'm gonna copy this and put it in our this section like this, but instead of the minus margin that is pulling it up, I'm gonna make it 0, and it will be nicely fitted inside this section. Now let's check the responsive. In here we still have the margin on the tab mode, so let's open this and select this. As we can see we have -170, so I'm just gonna make it 0 and it will be good again. Then let's check the phone. In phone everything is perfect including the last one. So let's check everything top to the bottom. In here let's work a little bit for this one. On the top let's add a little bit margin of like 50 pixel and it will be good. Then let's scroll down. This one is okay. And also for this one let's add some padding, or we can just, so in advanced let's unlink first, then add the padding 50. Right now the next we have this one, the sweet and sweet. the deserts, and from here let's unlink the padding and add 50 pixel. And next we have the drinks. Repeat the thing. On the padding it's 50 pixel padding. Now it all looks good on the tab mode and also in the mobile mode. So now we have done our menu page. Let's go ahead and make our blog page. Update. Now in here this page is not complete. I'm gonna add one more thing here. That is the inner page banner we have created. So we have our inner page banner also in the about page. So let's open this and we have this one. Let's select this from the navigator easily. Let's just copy this and go back here and let's paste the navigator, and we're just gonna drag this and make it on the top, and we're just gonna change the text like this, and we have the inner page banner inside this. And also I'm gonna do is click on here and in the style I'm gonna add a background color so it doesn't collapse with the blog. So let's select the body color and it's good. Now let's update this page. Now let's go back to our dashboard and in the pages. Now let's view the blog page, and as you can see our blog page is nicely styled and it has everything we have just created for this page. Now let's click on a post like this, and as you know we didn't edit our single post page, so let's do it right now. Let's go back to our dashboard. From here under the theme builder we have another option, the single post. Let's click here, and from here let's add another template. As usual the Elementor Pro is suggesting some pro templates, but we're just gonna create our own. So here we're gonna add an inner page banner like we did with our archive posts. So let's go to about page, and from here let's just copy this. Then in here I'm gonna paste this. Then in here let's pay attention here, as this is our single post banner, so this title should be our single post title, right? So from here in the title field we have an option or icon of dynamic tags. If we click here we have many options, and from here under this post if we select this post title, and the post title will load as the banner title here, and that's exactly what we want here. And from here I'm just gonna add some padding. Let's choose the EM property and add some padding on the right like 20 and on the left 20 EM, and the post title will look nice. And then let's add our next section. So let's take a container and I'm gonna rename this container single post section, and from here I'm gonna make the width 80%, then direction let's make it row, then in the style I'm gonna add a background color, I'm gonna add body color, and then from the advanced tab I'm gonna add the padding of 100 pixel on the top and 100 pixel on the bottom. Then I'm gonna add another container inside this. Then after this container I'm gonna add another container like this after this container, so you will understand what I'm doing. So I'm gonna select this one, and in here I'm gonna make it full width, then I'm gonna make it 30%, then in the padding I'm gonna make it 0. Then inside this container I'm gonna add a heading like this, and here I'm gonna type recent posts. Then in the HTML tag I'm gonna select H4 to make it smaller. Then under the style tab I'm gonna make the color primary. Then I'm gonna add some margin of 28 pixel on the bottom. Then I'm gonna click on the grid icon and search posts, and you will get this post widget. Then I'm gonna drag and drop after this heading, and then in here as a column I'm gonna choose 1. Then here posts per page I'm gonna select 3. Then image position I'm gonna select left. Then in the image ratio I'm gonna select 1. Then image width I'm gonna make it 70 pixel. Then we're gonna remove the contents, then add the author, and let's remove this experts, then remove this read more, and also the separator between. Alright, now let's go to the style tab, and in here
let's make the alignment left. Then let's open the box drop down. Now let's open the content drop down. In here, let's make the title color primary. Then in the typography, let's make it DM sans. Then font size 14 pixel. Then line height 25 pixel. Then here in the meta, let's make it text color. Then typography DM sans and font size only 10 pixel. Line height 18 pixel. Then here in the spacing, let's make it 24. Alright, then let's go to the advanced tab and add some margin of 54 on the bottom. So this part is just showing the latest post alongside this post details or as a navigator of the posts. So let's add. Alright, so let's click on the grid icon and add another heading after this. In here, let's make it H4. Then I'm gonna paste the text, and from the style, I'm gonna make it primary. Then on the advanced tab, let's make the margin 28 on the bottom. Then let's add a new container. Then let's make it direction row. Let's add some gap of 10 pixel and let's make this wrap. And let's add padding 30 pixel on the right. Then let's click on the grid icon and add a button inside this container. In the style tab, let's add some custom typography, DM sans, 10 pixel font size, 18 pixel line height, color primary. Then here in the border, then here in the padding, also let's make it uppercase and let's make the padding 9 pixel, 22 pixel, 9 pixel, 22 pixel. And also let's make the border color primary, and also let's make the border solid and 1 pixel. Then border color, let's make it primary, and basically it looks like this. And also on the hover, let's make the text color primary and the background color transparent, so it removes the default effect of the border. Now let's go to the content and simply change the content. Now I'm just gonna duplicate this button 6 times. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons. And now on the container where the buttons are placed, having the wrap property, but the wrap property is not working correctly because this left container, this one, needs little bit more space to make the wrap work properly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select this right container here and we're gonna make it full width. Then here we're gonna make it 70% and it will leave some space for the left container. And in here we can see our wrap is working perfectly and looking nice. So I'm just gonna change the contents from here, and I have just pasted all my contents and it's looking pretty nice. Now let's work on the right side on this container. Then here we just added full width and 70% of width. Now let's go to advanced tab, and in here let's add some padding of 80 pixel on the right and 80 pixel on the left. Then I'm gonna click on the grid icon and add this widget. It's called post content. You can see after adding this content, we are having the whole post contents inside this container. And it's already styled because we did styling on our global settings on the Elementor. So we don't need to do anything in here with this post content. Only let's select this and just make it padding 0, and that's all. Now we have the single post section ready in this page. Alright, now it's time to check the responsiveness of this page. So I'm gonna click on the tab first. In here let's select this whole section, this single post section. Then here in the width I'm gonna make it 100%. Then direction I'm gonna make it column. Then gaps I'm gonna make it 70 pixel. And in the advanced, then in the padding I'm gonna make it 75, 60, 75. And then I'm gonna grab this container, the left one, and I'm gonna make this 100%. Then I'm gonna make the direction also. I'm gonna select this container, and also for this I'm gonna make it 100%. Then what I'm gonna do is I want this post content container to place on top of this recent post. So what I can do is I'm gonna select this and under the advanced tab we have this order option. I'm gonna click on the start, and it will be on the start, and this will be on the bottom. And also I'm gonna select this container, and from here I'm gonna make the padding 0, and it will be perfectly fine on the tab mode. Alright, now it's time to check the mobile mode. In the mobile mode, let's select the whole container and just edit the paddings 45, 30, 50 and 30 pixel. Now we are having the perfect section on the mobile also. Also, if you want, you can do is you can select this post, and under the layout here in the style tab you can adjust the row gap like this, and in the advanced tab you can decrease the margin like this, and it will all look good. Also, I see one thing in the tab mode here, we have added some padding on the desktop mode earlier, so I'm just gonna remove this and decrease the padding like 5 em. Then on the mobile mode, I'm just gonna remove every padding and select the pixel property. Then I'm gonna do it like 20 pixel, and it will be all good. So now we have created our single post page. So now let's publish this page. Add a condition, keep it all singular as it is. Now save and close. And now if we go back to our blog archive and let's click on a post, and you can see we have the single post page, and it's looking very stunning. Alright, now we have created all the contents and all the parts for our blog. Now let's create our final page, the contact us page. So let's go back to the dashboard, and from the pages let's just open the contact us page with the Elementor. So from here in the settings, I'm gonna make it Elementor full width, and in here we want our inner page banner, so I'm just gonna go to about page and copy this intersection banner. Then I'm just gonna paste this, and let's change our content, get in touch and contact us. Then after this I'm gonna take a new container, and I'm gonna rename this container map area, because we're gonna add a map widget inside this container. So let's search map, and we have the Google Maps here. Let's drag it in. So first of all, let's select this map area. Then from here let's make it full width. Then in here and in the mean height let's make it 0. Then direction, let's make it row, and in the advanced tab let's make the padding 0. Then now let's select the Google Maps. In here let's make the zoom 15. Then height, let's make it 700 pixel. Then in the style tab we have the CSS filter. In here I'm gonna make the hue 170 to achieve this color scheme. Also I'm gonna make the saturation 50 to make it less saturate. So here we just added the Google Map, and also in here you can put your own location to locate your business. Now in here let's add our contact area. So let's take a container and let's rename this contact area. On the contact area container we'll make it 90% width. Then I'm gonna make the direction column. Then I'm gonna make the margin all 0. Then padding, let's unlink, and 50 on the top, 110 on the bottom. Alright, now let's add a background image for this container. From here I'll select this one. Then I'm gonna make it top left. Then attachment scroll, repeat, no repeat, and display size custom, and I'm gonna make it 20%. And also let's make it bottom left. And here let's add a background color, our body color. And now let's add a container inside this container, and let's make this full width. Then direction row, and here let's add margin up -50. Then 90 pixel on the bottom, and then padding 90 pixel on the top. Then let's add another container inside,
and let's make the padding 0. Then inside this container, let's add a heading. I'm gonna paste my text. Then let's make it H5. Then let's make it center. Then text color primary. Then margin 0. Then let's add another heading inside after this heading. Now let's add another heading after this. Let's change the content. Then in the style, let's make it center, and text color, let's make it text, and typography, let's make it text. Then let's duplicate this heading and change the title. And also we can add some margin on the bottom, like 20 pixel. Then let's select this container and duplicate, and we're having 3 of them. And in here, let's change the content, and for this one, let's delete this heading and also this, and instead of the heading, let's search icon list and drag the icon list in. Now I'm gonna remove all these, and from here I'm gonna remove the icon also, and then I'm gonna paste my text, and I'm gonna duplicate this, and from here I'm gonna paste my another text. Then from the style, let's make it alignment center. Then let's open the text. In here, let's make it text, and in the advanced tab, let's make it padding 0. And then let's add another icon list. From here, remove all these. Then let's paste my text and remove the icon, and then make it center. In the text, I'm gonna make it accent color, and under the advanced, I'm gonna add some padding on the top, like 20 pixel. Then I'm gonna click here, change the content, and change the heading, and we're good for this. Now let's add another container after this part. Then I'm gonna add another container after this part, and this will be our contact form container. So let's make it full width, then direction row, and then gap, we're gonna make it 70 pixel. Then in the background, I'm gonna select a color, body color, then padding, let's make it all 70, but on the left 68. Then we need another container inside, margin 0, padding 0. Then let's add a heading inside. I'm gonna paste my text, and in the style, let's make it primary color. Then after this, we're gonna add a text editor, change the content, then color text, typography text. Here you can add some margin on the heading, like 10 pixel, and it will look good. Then on this text editor, in the advanced tab, I'm just gonna add some margin like 50 pixel. And then finally, we're gonna add our form. So let's search form and drag this form widget after these headings. On the first one, we're gonna have name, then second, email and message. Then let's open this button drop down. Then let's turn off this label, and then open this buttons drop down. From here, let's type here, send your message. Now let's open the style tab. In here, column gap, let's make it 12 pixel. Then rows gap, let's make it 20 pixel. Then in the text, let's make it text. Typography, also text. And here in the color, let's make it text and typographic text. Then let's open the field drop down. From here, let's make the color primary and typography text. And here, let's make the background body color. Then let's open the buttons drop down. From here, let's make the background color accent color, and the text color, let's make it black. Then in the border radius, let's make it 0. Then let's open the message. Here in the typography, let's make it text, and in the success message color, let's make it primary. And we're done with the form here. So select this container where the form is located, and right click here and click on add new container, and it will add a new container after this. So let's select this container, let's make it boxed, and on the mean height, let's make it 231. Then in the padding, let's make it all 0. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add an image inside this container, and let's choose the image. Let's select this image, and we're done with the form part. Here your visitor can type their name and type their email, and they can send you a message like this. Alright, now let's check the responsiveness of this page. Let's check on the tab mode. So from here we're gonna have to work on this a little bit. So from here it's good. Then here let's work on this. Let's unlink the padding. Let's grab this container, and from the layout let's make it column directed, and it will be perfectly fine. And then let's check on the mobile mode. In here we have to just decrease the padding. First of all, let's make the gap 20 pixel, and then in the padding let's make it 40, 20, 40 and 20 pixel, and it will be perfectly fine on the mobile. Alright, now we have created our contact page as well, with a map and some contact details and with a functional form. Alright, now we are done creating all the section for our website. We have home page, we have about us page, we have menu page, we have blog page, and we have just created our contact us page. Now it's time to show you how you can make logo exactly like this using a free online tool. And I'll try to show you how to make the logo easiest way possible. So let's search on the Google logo maker. Click on this one. The spelling will be like logo, M-A-K-R. So let's open this, and from here, so this is the logo maker's official website, and from here don't click on my design, instead click on this open app. Now let's close this pop-up, and it will load a canvas to make your logo. Alright, now we are done creating all the section for our website. We have home page, we have about us page, we have menu page, we have blog page, and we have just created our contact us page. Now it's time to show you how you can make logo exactly like this using a free online tool. And I'll try to show you how to make the logo easiest way possible. So let's search on the Google logo maker. Click on this one. The spelling will be like logo, M-A-K-R. So let's open this, and from here, so this is the logo maker's official website, and from here don't click on my design, instead click on this open app. Now let's close this pop-up, and it will load a canvas to make your logo. In here let's click on this T icon on the left, and it will add a text. Then I'm gonna change it to I. Then here in the designer picks, let's select the bold, and from here in the font family, let's pick up this new bold font, and then drag here, and you can resize the letter like this. You can keep it around like 64. Then I'm gonna click on this options and duplicate this text, and I'm gonna drag it here and type here foods, and I'm gonna increase the size around like this. Then I'm gonna color this I letter, so click on this style here. In here you can click on this fill, and inside this you can paste your color code or choose any color you like. I'm just gonna type my color code E4C590, and we are having our accent color of our website. Now let's grab this one, and from the style let's color this fully white, as our I is the accent color and foods is the fully white color. So as our canvas is fully white and also our foods text is fully white, so we cannot see it properly for now. I'm gonna make it black color and adjust the text with each other. And once we have adjusted the text, then again I'm gonna make it fully white. Then select the whole thing like this, and you can drag it to the center of this whole canvas, and then click on this save logo, and from here click on this low resolution PNG because we are using a free version of the software, so we can download this. And here you have to put your email address and they'll just send you the logo on your email address. So I'm gonna put my email address, click this accept and click on the send file to email. And now go check your email, and in your email address and in your email you'll see an email like this. From here just you have to click on this download free file and your logo will be downloaded. And we can see this is our logo we have just created. Now let's go back to our site and let's go to the dashboard. Then we have our header in our theme builder. As you can see in here we have our header. Now let's click on the edit. In here let's click on this logo and choose image, then upload files. Now I just uploaded the logo we have just created. Then let's select this and there you go, we have the logo we have just created from scratch. Now I will show you how you can make your website's favicon. If you don't know what is favicon, the favicon is the icon that stays with your site title. Like this site title is edit Elementor etc etc, and before this it has a default earth icon from the browser. This is the placeholder for favicon. And if you go to, for example, google.com, they have their custom favicon which is their G logo. So we want our custom favicon, so let's make one. So in the logo maker here we're gonna also make the favicon as well. So from here let's delete this white text and keep this I text, and now select these shapes, and in the shapes I'm gonna select the square shape, and in here I'm gonna drag it and make it smaller like this, and then I'm gonna color it fully black, and I'm gonna grab this eye icon, then right click here and click on this send forwards, so it will be top of this black square. Now I'm just gonna place it like this. Then again I'm gonna select on this save logo. Then from here I'm gonna click the download low resolution, and from here I'm just gonna put my email again and send the file to the email. And in the email we can see they have sent the logo very nicely, so let's download it. And we have our favicon ready here. So let's go back to our WordPress and let's exit to our dashboard. Under the appearance, and here under the appearance we have customize. Click on the customize. Then here we have the site identity option. Let's open this, and in here we have this site icon option. From here let's select this, and now let's upload our favicon we have just created, and then let's select our favicon. From here you can resize your icon, and they are showing you a demonstration how it will look on the browsers. So I'm gonna keep it like this. I'm gonna crop the image, and as you can see we're already having the favicon on our website tab. Great, now let's click on the publish. Alright, so now you know how to create your logo from scratch using a free online tool and make your favicon and install your favicon on your site. Alright, now let's go to our dashboard. Now we will do one last final check of our website. So I'm gonna open the home page in the Elementor. So I'm gonna open the home page. I'm gonna click on the view, and in here we have just created our home page with all these beautiful sections. Then we have created our about us section. Then we have created our about us page. Then we have our menu page. Then we have our blog archive page where we have the latest blogs, and if we click it, it will take us to the post detail page. Then finally we have our contact us page where we have a Google Maps picture. Then we have some information here, and finally we have the functional form, and everything looks stunning top to the bottom. Alright, we have completed our amazing restaurant website. Now just go ahead and make your own professional restaurant website. I wish you all the best, and I have one request. Please comment down below about the learning experience from this video. Also, please share this video on social media. It would mean world to me. I'll see you in the next video. For now, bye bye.